Hello, everyone. Hello. Hello. It is I, Trooper SJP, and this is the Academic Foxhole. I am a variety streamer, streaming lots of sort of story-based. What are we doing here? Let's do that. Sort of narrative-heavy-based games. I'm also a GM and musician and nerd of sorts. Hi, everybody. How you doing? Welcome. Hey, Ice Bunny. I see you in chat. How are you doing? I hope you're doing well. Let me make sure. Oh, good. Everything is going gangbusters. When you see me looking off, that's fair, Ice Bunny. When you see me looking off to the side, like right now, what I'm doing is I've got two monitors, and one of my computers is an iMac, which is this one, and so the web camera is right there, center of the stream, and then my second monitor is right here to my right, so I have to look at it to do things like switch the scenes on Game Show, which is what I'm using. How are you doing? What is new and exciting? How have you been? I haven't seen you since last Saturday. So how's it going? Ice Bunny, what are you doing? How are you feeling? I hope you're doing well. So today we are playing Attentant 1942, which is a World War II game, but not a first-person shooter. It's sort of a narrative-based game, and I think it's mostly about the Holocaust. I've not played it. I'm going in blind. It is not listed on the ESRB, so it does not have a rating. But I assume if you are triggered by violence, the Holocaust, war, militaries, death, etc., probably not the game for you. I'm feeling stressed out because my grumpy old kitty is still being an unwelcome asshole to my new gray kitty who almost died of renal failure. Oh, Krellin, I'm so sorry. Well, I hope that your grumpy old kitty will sort of come and get used to it. And I'm also glad that your new kitty is healthier, is better, is, you know, on the positive side of health. Because, you know, I worry about your kitty, that's all. We have a giveaway for today. It's Styx, which is a... Wait, I'll give you the full title. The full title is Styx Shards of Darkness. It is a stealth adventure, and we will give a Steam key away for that, you know, sometime later in the stream. And at 10 o'clock, I'm going to be hosting Critical Role for people who want to hang out in the foxhole watching Critical Role as opposed to in the chat rooms with tens of thousands of people. So you can hang out with me instead. And, you know, it is better. So, is there anything else I wanted to tell you? School is starting soon. Yeah. School is starting in 2 weeks, not next week, but the week after. However, next week for me is matriculation week, where we do all of the greeting of all the new graduate students and all the new students in general, and do the orientations and march in robes and, you know, all of that sort of stuff. So next week will be busy for me as well. So which means this week I've got a bunch of work to do, which I will do tomorrow-ish. Tomorrow-ish. I mean, I've got some training I have to do in the middle of the day, but besides that training in the middle of the day, I will be doing stuff. So that's it. Levi, no, school starts for us right after Labor Day. So we do the Labor, like it's all of the orientation stuff is next week, and then Labor Day happens, and then we start classes. New Russer, mwahaha. New Russer? What's a Russer? What's a Russer? I don't know. So we are going to play Attentat 1942, but here's the thing about it. When you press play on Steam, it immediately starts the game, just immediately. So I need to start it and then move us over into it. I can't... Basically, it's not started yet. I have to click start and then immediately move over. That's what we're going to do. It's what we call our new students. That's kind of Latin for fresh from the farm. Oh. Oh. Huh. Yeah, I'm going to be excited for all of our new master students and all of the new first-year students, and looking forward to meeting them all and teaching the classes. It's going to be good. Okay, we're going to play Attentant 1942 because I'm really excited to see what this game is about. And we're going to hope that I can get the order of events happening. So we're going to start it. Click start here. And then, I don't think it's ready yet. Wait, start. Oh, there we go. Wait, and here we go. Ha ha ha.
V březnu 1939 obsadilo nacistické Německo zbytky Československa.
This is a Czechoslovakian game, by the way.
Nad vyhlášeným protektorátem Čechy a Morava se později stal Reinhard Heydrich, prominentní nacista a jeden z hlavních strůjců holokaustu. 27. května 19...
Oh, wait, play, sorry. Name? What is that? Trooper SJP. Sorry about that. What are we doing? Wait. No, I'm not going to miss the whole opening. I think I'm missing the opening. I think we just missed the opening window. Gang, I just missed the opening. Ooh. This is interesting. We're sorry, we missed the opening about Heydrich. I know, I'm sorry. Oh. You know what? That's not a good name. Trooper SJP is not a good name. That's not good. Hold on. Wait. We're going to come back here. We're going to try to do it again. Because... what do you need to know? Hydras. Hail Hydras. Wait, we're going to try to exit. Yeah, I do want to quit. Yes. Because I want to try it again. New game. We're going to try it one more time. We're going to restart the whole thing. I do want to start a new game. Okay. Now we're doing it again. Wait. You're not going to give me the... Yeah, no, that's not it. I tried it, gang. And we're going to exit. Yes, we're going to quit. You can't see what I'm doing. And we're going to delete the profile. Yes. And the reason why we're quitting everything out is because I want it to... Really? I updated it. You should refresh it, Levi. Because I did update, so it should be the new one. Here, give it a refresh. Because it should be the right one. Okay, we're going to do this again. We're going to start again and not press any buttons. We're going to try it one more time. Go. Ooh. Okay, here we go, folks. Here we go. Okay. Hey, Evie, this is a game about the Holocaust. If you cannot watch games about the Holocaust, you should not watch the stream.
Vládcem nad vyhlášeným protektorátem Čechy a Morava se později stal Reinhard Heydrich, prominentní nacista a jeden z hlavních strůjců holokaustu. 27. května 1942 provedli českoslovenští parašutisté na Heydricha úspěšný atentát. Odveta byla brutální. Více než 1500 lidí bylo popraveno, 3000 Židů byli poslány do koncentračních táborů. Nacisté vyhladili české obce, Lidice a Ležáky. V protektorátu zavládl strach.
No worries, Evie. I know that we play heavy games here. Okay, so that was the opening. That was the opening that we missed. And I will see you later. Even maybe I will see you for Critical Role tonight. Okay. So we need a name. We need a name. I want a Czech name. Let's go with, let's name ourselves, Piotr? Let's call ourselves that. That's the name we're going with. Or yes. We're good. Alexei. We're going with Alexei. Ooh. Carlo? Carlo? We're gonna go with Alexei. Alexei. There we go. Okay, so this game is based on historical research and real testimonies, yet the characters in the game and their stories are fictitious. So this is based on a lot of it's very historical, this game. Also, I really love the use of actual video. I wonder what this game is going to be like. So we are male. Oh.
Ahoj, nezapomeň se večer stavit za babičkou, potřebuje pomoc s tím balením a stěhováci přijedou už zítra ráno. Já jdu za dědou do nemocnice. Máma.
Huh. I bet if we'd chosen female, it would have been a woman's hand. That's interesting. Ludmila Jelenkova, your grandmother, lived in Prague throughout the war. This is really interesting for me already. Press escape to pause the game and open the encyclopedia. This is... wow. Oh, okay. We're going to throw out this radio, aren't we? No one's going to listen to it. That's a cool radio. Can I keep it? I'm going to say that's a cool radio. Can I keep it? Right? Because clearly...
Jo, může si ho nechat. To jsme s dědou poslouchali, než ho odvezlo gestapo.
Oh.
Vidím to, jako by to bylo dneska.
Wow.
Děda hrál na klarinech nějakou písničku, kterou já jsem neznála.
Oh. That's Rhapsody in Blue. Put it down for a minute. Could you help me a bit? Press the enter key or click on the bubble to continue. Maybe she's moving to a care home. Oh. Wow, this art is amazing. Calm down, it's someone from the office. They know you've taken the day off. I don't like it. Maybe, yeah, could be moving in with family, this is true. Oh, the aesthetics are really gorgeous in this game. Ooh. Have you gone mad? Such noise! Jazz music right now? Yeah. Don't you know what happened? No. Turn on the radio! Oh. By the way, I love this sort of comic book frame situation. Today, 27 May, around 10:30 a.m. Deputy Reichsprotector and Police General SS Obergruppenführer Reinhard Heydrich was assassinated. Oh my god. The deputy Reichsprotector was traveling in the direction of Henensky Brezhnansky in the city district. A man stood in the way of the car and tried to shoot at the person sitting in the car with an automatic pistol. Meanwhile, a second man threw explosives at the car. They exploded on impact. After the assassination, one of the men escaped via Kirchmeierstrasse, headed toward town. The other perpetrator ran away on a bike. The perpetrator was a man of medium size who was wearing a dark gray clothes and a dark hat. The other perpetrator was wearing possibly dark brown clothes and brown shoes. A reward of 10 million crowns is being offered for any information from any citizen that leads to the capture of the perpetrators. Oh my god. The Reichsprotector Heydrich. He's been assassinated, I can't believe it. I don't know if it's a natural recording, actually. I'm terrified. They will seek revenge in a terrible way. That knocking scared me, because it sounded like it was coming from Geheimstaatspolizei! Gestapo. The sound in this game is phenomenal, by the way. The leaflets. Hide them. I will stall the Gestapo. The sound design, you couldn't hear it, but it sounded like the knocking was actually happening on my front door. Hiding the leaflets. I had only a few seconds to hide the leaflets. Oh. So each one of these, it looks like hiding the leaflets is the next scene. So it looks like the game is set up in terms of scenes. You must decide where Ludmila will hide the leaflets. Choose a spot to hide them by clicking on different objects. Okay. Where to hide them? How about in the bed? They searched the bed carefully, including the duvet and the mattresses. Fortunately, I hid the leaflets elsewhere. You didn't gain any coin. Oh, okay, where would they not search?
Když se vrhli do pokoje, začali na mě křičet německy. Já jsem se začala, oni otevřeli skříně, začali všechno vyhazovat, pak dědu odvedli a já jsem si nikdy nemyslela, že ho uvidím až po válce.
Ooh. Find out why the Gestapo arrested Grandpa. Figure out what Grandpa had to do with Heydrich's assassination. Okay, so this is our... Wow. Okay. This game... I'm glad this game exists. Did they find the leaflets? Why did they come in the first place? Who was the neighbor that rang the bell? Well, I think the obvious question is, did they find the leaflets?
Letáky naštěstí nenašli. Já jsem je dobře schovala.
Okay. Yeah, what sort of leaflets were they?
Byly to protiněmecký letáky z války. Dal je mu nějaký kamarád Matyáš Grejcar. Bydlel tady někde na Vinohradech. Já už vůbec nevím, jestli žije.
Wow. Ooh. Come on to my house, come on. Come on to my house, come on. Come on to my house, I'm gonna give you candy. Come on to my house, I'm gonna give you everything. Thank you for the host, Emma. We are playing Attentat 1942, which is the aftermath of the assassination of Heydrich, who was the Nazi protectorate of then Czechoslovakia. And right now we're talking to our grandmother, and we're learning about when our grandfather was taken away by the Gestapo right after the assassination. Can I see the leaflets?
Nevím, jestli je najdu. Děda je měl někde těch věcech schované, je tam někde. Ale já se půjdu podívat.
I feel like looking at the leaflets is not a thing we actually need to see, but it's not going to give us because our objective is to find out what happened, right? The belonging of Jindrich Jelinek, your grandpa's belongings from the war. Oh. Wow, okay. That's his hat. These are the leaflets, but what is this?
Museli jsme si psát německy, aby to mohli přečíst německý cenzoři. Pro mě bylo vždycky důležité, že jsem věděla, že je naživu. Ta léta čekání byla hrozná. Nejhorší to bylo na začátku. Ten strach a ta bezmoc. Pak jsem si řekla, že musím být silná a vydržet, a pak to vydrží i děda. Každý den jsem za něj se chodila modlit.
I do enjoy listening to Czech. There's a good film, Eisbunny. It's a German film. It's called Deutschland Bleiche Mutter, Germany Pale Mother, and it's about this woman who's, back home in Germany during the war and what she goes through being like a mom during the war. Let's pick this photograph.
Děda byl po válce ve svazu protifašistických bojovníků a pomohl pak vyřídit Marie Červeňákové, s kterou se potkal v Buchenwaldu, potvrzení, že byla v koncentráku, aby dostala odškodnění. Taky zařídil, aby jí dali lázně, a ona mu odtamtud poslala lístek.
Let's look at this photo.
Těsně před osvobozením Buchenwaldu děda onemocněl, takže si tam pobyl nějakou dobu i po osvobození. Vrátil se někdy v červnu. Američani zřídili v osvobozeném táboře jakousi nemocnici, kde se děda náhodou seznámil s jedním českým cikánským děvčetem. Marie Červeňáková se jmenovala. Vrátila se dřív a přišla mi osobně říci, že se děda zotavuje. Chudák holka. Němci zamordovali skoro celou rodinu.
I'm not going to read the subtitles because I want to hear her voice. My great-grandma got visited by someone from the army. They told her they promised not to draft any of her boys since some volunteered. And it didn't hurt. They operated a farm that grew to the size of the family for running. Yeah.
Dědu zavřeli nejdřív do malé pevnosti v Terezíně. Pak ho převezli Osvětimi a nakonec skončil v Buchenwaldu.
Terezín was also known as Theresienstadt, was the place where they kept a lot of artists. It was the concentration camp where they kept a lot of famous musicians and composers and artists.
My jsme samozřejmě tušili, že se v koncentračních táborech děje něco strašného, ale že se tam lidi hromadně likvidují, to jsme nevěděli. Věstně o tom samozřejmě nesměli psát, to se přísně cenzurovalo. A když žiješ ve světě, kde se nic neříká tak, jak je, těžko rozlišíš, co je pravda a co je lež.
That's an interesting phrase. When you live in a world where nothing is said as it is, it's hard to tell the truth from a lie.
Vždycky přišel lístek s pokynama, jak často a kam se můžou posílat dopisy, balíky, jaký známky a tak podobně. Čas od času jsem mohla poslat balíček a to jsem si musela dopředu všechno naplánovat, co a jak seženu nebo ušetřím ze svýho přídělu. Problém byl s cigaretama, ty byly na příděl, ale jenom pro muže, tak jsem vždycky musela prosit nějaké známé nebo příbuzné. Aspoň takhle jsem mohla dědovi trochu pomoci.
I really want to know. Okay, these should be the
leták dal dědovi na začátku války jeho kamarád, který byl v odboji. Děda jim v kredenci občas je vytahoval. Vlastně ani neví, proč si je nechával.
I think we've looked at everything. Do you want to finish going through his... Yes. Information gained. Oh, this is really interesting. Okay. The Gestapo arrested Grandpa during the war. Grandpa was hiding anti-German leaflets in the apartment. Grandpa's friend from the army, Matthias Krejar, gave him the leaflets. And we also learned about a Roma woman, Maria Chervenakova. Hey, Volpez, how are you doing? We're playing a game that is from a World War II game, and it's clearly about the Holocaust. So, if discussions of World War II or the Holocaust or violence are triggering for you and you cannot see something like that, then you should not see it. But this game so far uses a lot of video. It is based on actual testimony of people from the former Czechoslovakia. So that's really interesting. Also, they have... this was, I think, funded by the Czech government, maybe? So this is the grandpa. And I don't think we can... Let's talk to Marie Chervenakova. I feel like we might be able to get information from her. Because our objective is to find out why our grandfather was arrested.
Prosím.
Why he was arrested after the assassination of Heydrich. Hello, can I speak to Maria Chervenakova?
A co jí chcete?
Oh, I will tell you. So, Krellin, what's happening is the game objective is to find out why our grandfather was arrested after the assassination on Richard Heydrich. I think it was Richard, yeah? Heydrich, who was basically the governor of Czechoslovakia at the time. So we have to figure out what happened, like why he was arrested. We talked to our grandmother about the leaflets, and she let us know about two people. This one woman, Marie Chervenakova, who was a Roma woman who was in the concentration camps with him. And we also know about this friend of his who gave him these leaflets, who was in the resistance, these anti-German leaflets, anti-Nazi leaflets. And so I've decided we're going to go and call her, because maybe she'll know. I'm looking for historical witnesses to the war who knew my grandpa. I'm trying to find out something about my grandpa, Jindřich Jelenik's past. Mrs. Chervenakova allegedly knew him. Let's say that seems more personal.
Bohužel není doma. Zkuste přijít zítra.
Okay. So we'll have to try again tomorrow on her. I hope this survey call was interesting at least. So now this guy, Matthias Krejar, was the friend who supposedly gave Grandpa the leaflets, who was maybe in the resistance. Grandpa's army buddy, member of the resistance movement during the war. I love the art design and how they use video here.
Krejcar, prosím. Co si přete?
Oh. Okay, so I can ask, did you live in Vinohrady during the Nazi occupation, or can I ask about your past? Oh, I need your advice. I need y'all's advice. Which one do we say? Do we say, can I ask about your past? Or I know this is what I'm saying, Levi. It's a fast start, and I'm trying to figure out which one is the better one to go with. I know they both seem really fast. I want to say, for example, hello, how are you? I'm your best friend's grandson. I want, I would like it to be a little bit less abrupt. I know. Thank you, Levi. I'm with you. Like a hello. That's what I would like to add a hello. Well, the thing is, we're clearly going personal here. Like that's, yeah, I'm going to go with the second one. It was a survey about criminal justice and prison reform. Oh, that's interesting. I think it's important as a victim of violent crime to represent the opinion that imprisonment is not helpful and reform is needed. Oh, wow, Krellin. I'm glad that they called you, and I'm glad that you were able to give the survey. I never get called for surveys, so I think you did a good thing by answering that survey. Yeah, I think we're going to go with 2.
Proboha, co to na mě zkoušíte? Chápu, že si musíte nějak na sebe vydělávat, ale co je moc, to je moc. Dneska už mi 2krát volali kvůli nějakým slevám pro důchodce. Jednou pojištění, po druhý zase slevy na telefon, takže s Bohem.
Oh, perhaps that was the wrong one to call. Oops. I think maybe I should have been a little bit more direct. Oops, everyone. Oops. I don't want to talk to Grandpa yet. I want to keep talking to Grandma. Oops. Oops. Oh, okay. How did Grandpa keep the Gestapo distracted? So the Gestapo just busted in for no reason. I know, right? What exactly did you do after they took Grandpa away? Who was the neighbor that rang the bell? Why exactly did they arrest Grandpa? He didn't have anything to do with the assassination. Let's say who was... I want to know who that neighbor was.
Ale to víš, to je Málek vedle. Za války les Němcům do zadku a psal i do novin články. Pořád okolo nás jako kroužil, ale víc okolo dědy. Když byl děda zavřený, tak ho zavřeli taky to Gestapo. Ale byl tam chvilku a Bůh ví, co s ním a měl. Ale po válce byl obžalován jako kolaborant.
I'll ask, do you think he snitched on Grandpa? I don't think he did, because, well, maybe he did, I don't know.
Těžko říct. Nevím, proč by to dělal. A za války je ale možný všechno. Ale mně stačí, když ho potkávám na schodech. Nebudem se o tom bavit.
I mean, he might have been snitching, I don't know. Grandma thinks their neighbor, Malek, denounced Grandpa to the Gestapo. Okay, so we need to get more information. I think we should... I don't want to talk to this Malek yet. I want to continue talking to Grandma. I feel like she's a better source of information right now. I want to know how... I want to know the big question, which is, what exactly did you do after they took Grandpa away? She actually lives right next door to him still. Right next door. I didn't know what to do. The Gestapo ransacked our apartment. Everything was amiss, so I started to clean. Yeah, so this guy, Malek, he would write articles, right? He basically wrote articles for the Nazis. He was basically a collaborator with them, and he was always looking at them. And she doesn't know if he did snitch or not, but she could, she could see it. Yeah. It is a really good cast, right? So she starts to clean. Culture in the Protectorate. Okay. Wow, so we have to clean up... Oh. Wow. They made a mess. We have to clean up... Oh, wow. This is amazing. We have to clean up... Textbook. I came to Prague in 1938 to study medicine. I wanted to be a pediatrician. I lived in a student dorm. Kenkarte, identification card. This was my Kenkarte. It was my ID card. Everyone needed one. We were originally given a protectorate ID card, but we had to exchange them, allegedly, to make us more unified with the German Reich. Flashlight. Before the war, Grandpa took it with him on the hikes he took with his scout troop. During the war, we needed it to stumble through Prague during blackouts. Yeah, I want to hug this granny too. Ration coupons. What a mess. The ration coupons and the amount of items they gave us constantly changed. There were fewer goods as the war went on, not to mention those endless lines. I used to visit the Chermaks, this nice family who lived below us. Sometimes they would put something aside for one of the Jewish families who lived in the neighborhood, so their children would have milk, eggs, and things like that. Ludove Noviny, People's News, November 18, 1939. When the Germans decided to close the universities, the Nazis occupied our dormitory and took people to concentration camps. They left us girls alone, but I knew several of the young men they took away, at least in passing. Work ID card. The Germans required everyone to work. Whoever didn't have a job had to register for employment at the labor office. I was fortunate to find a job at City Hall after they closed the universities. It was offered to me by an acquaintance who I used to know from my hometown, Melnik. He was a director there. Otherwise, I would have had to return to Melnik. I don't know how much cleaning we have to do, but that looks pretty good, right? This is pretty amazing. I feel like how they make you do all these little things like clean the room. I have been to Anne Frank's house in Amsterdam. Grandpa had a childhood friend who was in the resistance. He gave him the leaflets at the start of the war. I took them from the fireplace and hid them under the floor in the kitchen. Oh, I didn't realize before that we could go to the other room. Okay, so let's see. We have to clean everything. Pestry Tiden, magazine. I used to read Pestry Tiden now and then. Grandpa liked looking at the photos. Under the Germans, it got worse and worse, like all magazines and newspapers, so we bought it less and less. Let's put this away. Theater program. I used to go to the Vinohrady Theater to see performances. They were better than the movies, but when Heydrich came to power, the Germans shut it down for good. It's true. They were not good with entertainment. Grandpa was an avid photographer. They didn't like jazz, which is why I think it's so weird that Adorno thinks that jazz is so fascist, because the theorist Adorno, because the Nazis hated jazz. Jazz records by Jaroslav Ježek. Grandpa was obsessed with Ježek. The record was banned, but fortunately the Gestapo didn't notice it. Wait. Hold on, I'm going to write this down. Oh, I have a piece of paper right over here. One moment. I want to find this. So, for those of you who do not know me very well, no, he says he's not racist, but he just doesn't like popular things. He doesn't like a lot of popular things. So, for those of you who don't know, one of the things I do in my other life is that I'm a musicology professor, and one of the things I specialize in is music between the two world wars, especially jazz, and jazz and popular music, cabaret, Czech jazz, interwar, and so I'm always on the lookout for musicians. So Jaroslav Ježek. And so he doesn't like popular culture, is really it's interesting. He doesn't think, I mean, his arguments are a little bit weird because he doesn't actually think that jazz is really black anymore, because he thinks it's basically already sort of taken up by the culture industry to make everything bad. So,
come on to my house, my house, come on.
Come on to my house, come on. Who is this?
Come on to my house, my house.
Ooh, Enter Asylum. You handy. Come on to my house, I'm gonna give you everything. Enter Asylum, thank you so much for the raid. Thank you. All EE, thank you for the raid. Oh, EE, we're playing a game all about the Holocaust in World War II in the former Czechoslovakia. How are you doing, EE? What is new and exciting? All of you raiders, yeah, no, Adorno doesn't like any kind of popular culture. EE, how are you doing? What were you streaming? What were you doing? Hey, tell me what you were doing before you came over here. And also welcome in all of the, Asylum Elysiumites? Eloy? Eloy? We'll call you the Eloy, because Elysium, right? Or angels? I don't... What do we call the EEites? Eloy. Angels. Phantom Doctrine and the... Oh, that sounds fun. We're playing a game all about the Holocaust and the occupation of the former Czechoslovakia by the Nazis. But it was nominated for Excellence in Narrative by the Independent Games Festival, and right now I'm running through all the games that were nominated for that award, and we will end with the one that won. And it's going really well. In this game does this really amazing way of mixing video with sort of comic book style artwork, and it's very, very cool. Yeah, so I want to know, that's true, so who are the Morlocks? That's what I want to know. At the moment, we are in the past, and we are, Grandpa has been taken away by the Gestapo, and we are currently Grandma, and we're cleaning up the house after it was sort of ripped apart by the Gestapo, and then we're learning about her life in Prague in this moment. You know, but a lot of people, that's I feel like that is something that's a bit more present. Back in the day, a lot more people read more philosophical things, and so I don't think that the things that he wrote were as inaccessible as they are today. Right? I mean, you know, soundtrack record. I was especially fond of this record. Grandpa gave it to me as a birthday present. It's a song from a film. Ooh. Yeah, no, it is not a light story. And we think that our neighbor might have snitched on him. So it's all... But, like, you get all these little, like, these amazing... They're doing a blend of actual artifacts and then drawn artifacts so we can learn about this time period. And so that's really, really amazing. We didn't go to the movies much during the war. I didn't care for the films at all. If we did, we only saw Czech films. We didn't watch German films as a matter of principle, and the Germans gradually banned anything that wasn't German. But I did like to watch the occasional romance film, even if Grandpa would laugh at me and call them corny. Oh, you know, Inter Elysium, EE, I just wanted to tell you that I'm really enjoying your VTM game. I'm really enjoying it, and of course, Layla as always. Well, yes, I mean, he was a philosopher, but I was thinking about the ways in which in France, for example, you know, people like Derrida would write in the regular newspaper, so there's a bit more of a tradition of being engaged. Oh, okay. I will see. Oh, that's right. You're in Europe. Go to sleep, EE. And thank you for the raid. Thank you very, very much. And all of you Eloy, I'm just going to call the EE's followers Eloy. Thank you for being here and hang out with us and enjoy learning about Nazi occupation of Czechoslovakia. Because, you know. Ooh. Somebody's watching me, and I have no privacy. Oh, I always feel that somebody's watching me. Tell me, is it just a dream? Be Bootloaf. Be Bootloaf? Be Bootloaf. Be Bottleloaf? Thank you so much for the follow. It is very much appreciated. I appreciate it very much. We're talking about, we're dealing with World War II, and ooh, Oh, name games. The name game. Come on, everybody. I said, now let's play a game. I bet you I can make a rhyme out of anybody's name. The first letter of the name, I treat it like it wasn't there. And then a B or an F or an M will appear. And then I say bo at a B, then I say the name, then banana, fan, or info. And then I say the name again with an F, very plain, then a Phi, Phi, and a Mo. And then I say the name again with an M this time, and there isn't any name that I can rhyme. Jezza, 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 Bobezza, Banana, Fana, Fofezza, Phi, Phi, Momezza, Jezza. Ooh, I'm gonna get all of y'all. I said, now let's play a game. I'm gonna get, we got Ronan and Lord HH, Mighty Rick, and the Leo. I'm gonna get all of it. The first letter of the name. Well, there's a, Levite has a whole, what's the word? Like a whole thing where it starts with the people who are most active in chat. And then, like, it does a whole thing. There's a rubric. Hey, Sal. Say the name again with an F, very plain, then a Phi, Phi, and a Mo. And then I say the name again with an M this time, and there isn't any name that I can rhyme. Ronan, 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 Bobonin, Banana, Fana, Fofonin, Phi, Phi, Momonin, Ronan. I love this song, by the way. I want to get all of you in a row, but, you know, we're going to get the name game 3 more times, but it's cool. Ooh, Mighty Rick, I'm so excited because I get to do the special thing with your name. So I'm going to do your name last so you can get the special rules. Because there's special rules for people whose names start with B, F, or M. B bottle floof. B bottle floof. Phi and a Mo. And then I say the name again with an M this time, and there isn't any name that I can rhyme. Lord HH, Lord HH, Lord HH, Bor, HH, Phi, Phi, more, HH, Banana, Fana, Fo. Oh my god, that's hard. Oh, that's hard. I'm gonna get you, Lord HH, but that is hard. That is not an easy one at all, in any kind of way. Levi, you know what though? I honor you and I appreciate it. And Volpez, I want to thank you so much for the bits. I'm gonna sing that song too. Just do not think that I will ignore your bits, Volpez, because they're amazing. And I'm going to sing this song for you. But I've got to get Lord HH in there. I'm gonna do the Leo, and then I'm gonna come back to Lord HH. The Leo. Okay, you ready? The Leo, Boba Bio, Banana Fana Fofa Theo, Phi Phi Mama Mio, the Leo. Ooh. Alright, this is our last one, and I've got 2 names to do, one which will be hard, and then I get this special thing, and it'll be good. Out of anybody's name, the first letter of the name, I treat it like it wasn't there. And then a B or an F or an M will appear. And then I say bo at a B, then I say the name, then banana, fan, or info. And then I say the name again with an F, very plain, then a Phi, Phi, and a Mo. And then I say the name again with an M this time, and there isn't any name that I can rhyme. Lord HH, Lord HH, Lord HH, Billboard HH, Banana Fana, Ford HH, Phi Phi, more HH, Lord HH. Oh, I got that one. But wait, here we go. But if the first 2 letters are ever the same, oh, there's one more. Ooh, Sal. Game. Come on, everybody. I said, now let's play a game. I bet you I can make a rhyme out of anybody's name. The first letter of the name, I treat it like it wasn't there. And then a B or an F. Thank you, Captain Patriot. But wait, and then I'll sing you the song though. There's a song for you, Captain Patriot. And a fan or info. And then I say the name again with an F, very plain, then a F, Phi, and a Mo. And then I say the name again with an M this time, and there isn't any name that I can write. Sal, 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 Bobow, Banana, Fana, Fofal, Fee, Fa, Mo, Mal. Sal. Now if the first two letters are ever the same, I drop them both, then say the name like Bob. Bob, drop the B's, Bo, Ob, or Fred. Fred, drop the F's, Fo, Red, or Mary. Mary, drop the M's, Mo, Airy. That's the only rule that is contrary. Mighty Rick, Mighty Rick, Mighty Rick, Bo, Bitey Nick, Banana, Fana, Fo, Fighty Rick, Fee, Fi, Mo, Idy Rick. Mighty Rick. Mighty Rick, don't think I was not going to forget your name, and I appreciate the ability to do the special add-on tag for that song. And also, Levi, thank you for the gift subs. And, wait, now I'm going to sing you all the song that I sing for bits and subscriptions, bits and donations, and it is We're in the Money, as sung in Pig Latin by Ginger Rogers from the film Gold Diggers of 1933. So I want to thank Cap and also Volpez for the bits, and here's your song. And I'm working on it. The rhythm is hard because Ginger Rogers is really good at Pig Latin. She's way good at Pig Latin. Earway in hey, the anime. Earway in hey, the anime. Ewe at ge way at lay of way up way it wakes te it ute it ge out ewe ang leo. Earway in hey, the anime. E the I skays or ani say. Old me Andy 80 ashen prayer, ooya uthre uvia stay on way on reo. Ewe every eat red leons lay of way at brands lay ute day. And way say the and lay ordley ewe ukle at the I get right in the IA. Oh, alright, that last bit, I'm getting that one now. Like, I'm just getting that whole last one. We're still a little bit iffy on like line 2, but like that last line, we've got it. Yes. Hey, drummer boy, how are you doing? I've never. That was Pig Latin all the time. You know, I had such a hard time with that last line. When we see the old man impression with you, you've done us wrong. We never read headlines about bread lines today. That we have got no problem. And when we see the landlord, we look that guy right in the eye. That is hard to say in Pig Latin, but because, you know, enwe, iwe, ise, e the anle, ordle, iwe, ukle, at the I gay, right in the e the I they. Right, for the, we look that guy right in the eye. Yes. Oh, I get to do it again. Earway and hey, the anime. Earway and hey, the anime. Ewe ake awe atle of way up way it wakes te it ute it ge way on leo. Earway and hey, the anime. E the I skays or ani say. Old me Andy 80 ashen pray urye uthre uvia aste unway on reo. Ewe every eat red lands lay of way at brands lay ute day. And when in we ewe see the and lay ordley we ewe ukle at the I get right in the e they I they. Oh, and then she stops singing in Pig Latin, then she just sings it in English. And I just love that so much. Oh, I love the Pig Latin. It's so good. Ooh, nice. What were you rendering? What were you doing? What were you editing, drummer boy? I want to know. Yinrik's parents, your great-grandparents, gave us money for the radio as a wedding present. Grandpa used to listen to it for foreign broadcasts on it. Right now... Oh, good night, Captain Patriot. Thank you for being here and letting me sing to you. You know, we're in the money in Pig Latin. Thank you. And all of y'all, thanks for the follows who follow along. Ooh, well, I hope we can find out soon what it is that you're working on. This, it should be Aradono. It should say Games End. Twitch is being weird. It should be updated. It should say Games and Demos because this doesn't have a game on it. Twitch, don't be weird. Twitch, don't be weird. Why? This is not The Last of Us. Oh, ooh, the Pride shows are still around. Oh, that is great. Nice. Yeah, I updated it, and I don't know why it is not updated. I really cannot tell you that one. And let me see. If I go to my channel, let's see. Go to channel. Huh. That's weird. You know what? It does say that. Ooh. Somebody's watching me, and I have no privacy. Oh, I always feel that somebody's watching me. Tell me, is it just a dream? Let's see. This is 2018 IGF. Ooh. Come on, everybody. I'm writing this down. I say, now let's play a game. I bet you I can make a rhyme out of anybody's name. The first letter of the name, I treat it like it wasn't there. And then a B or an F or an M will appear. And then I say go at a B, then I say the name, then banana, fanta, and foe. And then I say the name again with an F, very plain, then a Phi, Phi, and a Mo. And then I say the name again with an M this time, and there isn't any name that I can't rhyme. Crit witch, bo bit witch, banana, fana, fo fit witch, fee, fi, mo mit witch, crit witch. So here's the thing, folks. I just uploaded it again. I just edited it, right? Here's my basic broadcast. I'm changing the title. It's so weird to me. So, I know it is right. Aradono, I do the name game for all of our subs. Excellence, Twitch. Yeah, you know, because I've updated this. Excellence in narrative more than once. Attentant, 1942. Part 1. Thanks, Aradono. Thank you very much. It is much appreciated. I just like an excuse to sing for also all the people who hang out here. All right, done. So this really, I have updated twice now. No, I've updated like 4 times in 4 different places. Okay. So what's weird is that, ooh, somebody's watching me, and I have no privacy. Oh, I always feel that somebody's watching me. Tell me, is it just a dream? Thank you for the follow, Aradono. I'm just telling you that I have updated, and it says that I'm updating, like it says, it gives me the right title up there, just not on my actual page, and I don't know why. I cannot even tell you. I don't even know why. Oh, Crit Witch, I did not forget your name. Not at all. Ooh, take care of the chore, Sal, then come back. Mute and come back. Yeah, I don't know. I don't even know what. Yeah, I don't know what's up with that. So we have a material for the. Oh wait, I feel like I did. So so here's the thing. Sal donated some bits, and so when Sal comes back, we have to sing him "We're in the Money." So don't let me forget. So right now we've seen material for a dress. I had been altering an old dress to make it into a skirt. Clothing was rationed just like food, and it was harder and harder to find. I had already pinned everything together for sewing, and they threw it all about. Right now, what we're doing is we're cleaning up the apartment after the Gestapo came in and wrecked everything. Grandpa's a clarinet. Grandpa's prized possession. In fact, it's how we first became acquainted. He used to play at the medical students' ballroom dance before the Germans closed our school. So there's one more thing. Oh, probably this here. No. One more thing to clean, everyone. And the question is, like a good point-and-click adventure, thank you for reminding me. No. What is the last thing we have to clean? What is it? There is one more thing I just swear I feel like it's in here. I'm super glad to have found you. Oh, I'll leave you with a lurk for a bit because I need to go, but hopefully I get to see you more of you. Oh, thank you so much, Aerodono. Aerodono, by the way, before you... The plant. Maybe you're right, the plant. Where's our plant? Oh, hey. No, but this plant. Yes. There we go. Come back. I stream on Thursdays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and Saturdays at noon. And this Saturday we should be finishing up The Last of Us, which is, what my stream said. I put it on the stand. Thank you, Ice Bunny. Thank you, Aridono. Come on in and, we'll sing. It'll be fun. Cleaning the apartment. I was exhausted, but I didn't go to sleep until I cleaned everything up. I didn't want those things scattered about to remind me of the Gestapo search. I gained 2 coins. Thank you, Ice Bunny. Good eye. Ooh. What a great what a great crew.
Ty noci poté, co odvedli Jindřicha, byly nejhorší v mém životě.
The nights after they arrested her husband were the longest.
Pustila rozhlas,
Sometimes
ale
from the
tam
radio.
pořád dokola
New Zealand.
opakovali výzvu k odhalení atentátníků. Také četli seznamy popravených. Modlila jsem se, abych tam neslyšela Jindřichovo jméno.
Oof. They just said the names of people they executed? That's terrible.
Myslela jsem, že je to Jindřich, ale byl to jenom soudcem málek.
But New Zealand is
Odkud
beautiful.
se ten kolaborant vracel.
Ooh, so intense. This music is really good, and this art is amazing. I've been told by a friend of mine who was from New Zealand, Kiwi, that nothing in New Zealand is poisonous, whereas everything in Australia is poisonous. That is what I learned about your corner of the world. How did Grandpa keep the Gestapo distracted? So the Gestapo bust in here for no reason. Well, that's what my Kiwi friend said, Aridono, that everything that basically there's nothing poisonous in New Zealand and you can walk around and everything is wonderful, but then in Australia everything is trying to kill you. That's what he said. But he was also a New Zealander who was, I think, trying to get a rise out of the Australians. So I mean, I thought it was amusing. Some things are venomous, not... okay, that's fair, Krellin. That's fair. Ooh, that would be... Oh, a sleek... Oh, Levi, that would be so cool. An inline time converter would be the best. That would be so neat. Oh, I would love that. That's such a good idea, Levi. So let's ask how... Oh, that is so cool. I would love that. How to keep Grandpa... Let's ask how he kept them distracted, because those are big questions, but I want to know that one. Yeah, they have... Oh. Good afternoon. Yeah, they've got... And apparently, platypi are also poisonous, or venomous. So, I mean, lots of things are... a lot of dangerous things. Good afternoon. Geheime Staatspolizei. Herr Jelinek? Oh, are you alone? Oh, this is scary. Gestapo response. Jindřich had to come up with something to quickly preoccupy them. No. My wife is in bed. In a minute, she'll get dressed. No, my wife is in bed. In a minute, she'll get dressed. Oh, that was an intense sort of gameplay mechanic that was good. Oh, I will see you later, Aridono. I hope to see you at another time. Ciao. Oh, it has a pouch on it, so it keeps daggers there. Yeah. So, apparently, Levi, what happened was it was a tourist who saw a platypus and thought it was cute, so decided to, in the wild, just pick it up, and then the platypus stung him, and then he died because they didn't have any kind of anti-venom for platypus venom, because no one is dumb enough to pick up a platypus except for this tourist, who then did it and then died. So That is what I was told. I will see you later, Ardona. Thank you for being here. It was wonderful having you. And I don't know why Twitch is being Twitch. Yeah. Should we use this sentence? Okay. That's exactly what Grandpa said in order to preoccupy them for a moment, giving me enough time to hide the leaflets. I gained 2 coins. Oh, that's good. I figured I'd go with that because I figured the Gestapo wouldn't come in when a woman was getting dressed, because it was the 40s. So... No, my wife is in the bedroom. Wait, she'll get dressed. Oh. Frau Jelinek, hurry up. House search. Oh, a house search. Do you think that was random? Ooh. What did we learn? I don't think we learned anything new in that one necessarily. Okay. A guy I worked with led, like, camping trips for Penn State college students, but targeted mostly at students who hadn't done much camping. He said every time they encountered a rattlesnake, they'd tell them, stay back from the snake and just walk away from it. Be careful not to step on another that might be there, or something to that effect. But the students would just step closer unless you told them in the moment to stay away from the rattlesnake. That is amazing. That's amazing. People do weird things. Like, hey, there's a rattlesnake. It's rattling at you to let you know that it will kill you if you get closer. Don't get closer. Maybe I should get closer. What? We're going to keep talking to our grandma. We like her. Oh, for all of you who are all hanging out, we have a giveaway that I'm going to do at giveaway time, which I can't even see what time it is right now. Not right now, but we'll do it like in an hour. They could have been random, but I think they have a reason. Yeah, I agree with you, Ice Bunny. I think that the random house search was, I think they have a reason. So the Gestapo just busted in here for no reason? That's what I want to know.
To bylo takhle. Vzali jsme si...
Come on to my house, come on. Come on to my house, come on. Come on to my house, I'm gonna give you candy. Come on to my house, I'm gonna give you everything.
A ten kamarád
Thank you for the host, Granny.
Že mu to přiveze nějaký sádlo, tenkrát všechno bylo na lístky.
Thank you.
No a děda přišel dřív domů. To bylo potom Attentant, to bylo hrozný. K nám přišlo Gestapo, dědu zřeli a odvedli.
So what do we have? I don't think rattlesnakes are actually deadly to full-grown humans. Oh, yeah, that's probably good, right? Hey, Granny. So I want to hear that again. So what happened there? So he was going to a friend's place? Let's see. Encyclopedia? Leaflets ration. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. So, no, it's fine. So this game is called Attentant 1942, and it was one of the games nominated for Excellence in Narrative by the Independent Games Festival. And it's also funded, I think, by the Czech government, and it's about the assassination of Richard Heydrich, who was the Nazi governor of the then Czechoslovakia. But it's told through you're talking to your grandmother, and you're learning about what happened to your grandfather who was taken away by the Gestapo. And our game goal is to find out why he was taken, and he was in a concentration camp for the whole war. So we're going to have to find out what happened.
Přesně tady v tom bytě to bylo. Žili jsme tady od 40. těsně po svatbě. Ale potom z toho bytu vystěhovali, protože byl pro jednu osobu moc veliký a chtěli ty byty jako ty pro ty lidi, kterým rozbombardovali ty byty nastěhovat. Po válce jsem se do toho bytu vrátila ještě dřív, než děda přišel z koncentráku.
Yeah, I know. So what I wanted to tell you, Gritty, is that this has two different styles. It has this style, but then it also has this comic book style for when we go back into the past. So you have to see that part too. It's pretty amazing. Why exactly did they arrest Grandpa? He didn't have anything to do with the assassination attempt on Heydrich.
Samozřejmě, děda s nima nic neměl, ale oni zabíjeli jako steklí každýho. A já nevím, jak na dědu přišli, ale nikdo mi nikdy nic oficiálně neřekl.
And that's what we're trying to learn in this game. We're trying to figure out why he was arrested. Well, the game is based on interviews from actual people, but they've sort of fictionalized it for the game. And Grandpa never told you exactly why they arrested him? We'll ask that question.
Po válce jsme měli úplně jiný starosti.
Okay, grab dinner and come back.
To nebylo lehký. On o tom špatným nechtěl mluvit, a to víš, na to se špatně vzpomíná, ale on si psal deník, já to ani nevěděla, a teď jsem tam něco hledala, já jsem to tam našla v jeho věcech.
Oh. Yeah, that's probably... Yeah, Krellin, you're right. Also, we need to find his diary. So Grandpa has a diary... Ooh! His diary, 38 to 42. So this is his diary before he gets arrested. Oh, wow. Look at this. Granny reminds me of my extra granny. So let's... Okay. Encrypted diary. The diary's encrypted. Move parts of the code and find a combination of letters that makes the text legible. Ooh. Ooh. Ciphers. Okay. I think that we're getting close there. I think that B should be an S. Give me a... Yes. And I think the N should be a T. N should be a T, I think. There we go. Sorry, I was a spy in the army when I was in the army. Oh, I didn't get to read it. We'll read it. When I was in the army, I did this sort of thing. Ooh, okay. By the way, I totally didn't even read that thing. I'm so distracted. 13 January. I went to the cinema today with Egon. We caught Chapek's new film, The White Disease. It was probably the most intense experience I've ever had watching a movie. And it has inspired me to write some things down, so hopefully I will never forget what Chapek was trying to say. How precisely the story expressed not just my own thoughts and feelings, but the crazy times we live in right now, and the mood in the movie theater. It felt as if the audience shared one mind, and we all understood exactly what the film was trying to tell us, even if no one said it out loud. In the film, an unnamed country led by an evil dictator called the Marshal invades a small neighboring country to the south. Everyone in the theater knew, of course, that the Marshal's supposed to be Hitler, and the unnamed country is Germany, and the neighbor is Czechoslovakia. And more importantly, it's pretty obvious what needs to be done. We must defend ourselves from the German white disease. I need to watch this film. I'm going to try to find this film. 1938, check, and see if I can find it and watch it. The words of Dr. Martin, one of the characters in the film, echoes in my ears. We are only a small nation, and that is why we must defend ourselves. If someone were to attack us, I would grab a gun and fight. We all must fight. The speechlessness is a sign of trauma I experienced with that in my family. Oh, a lot of people become speechless after trauma. I know a lot of Japanese Americans didn't talk about their time in the internment camps, for example. Aegon and I swore in our lives that we would do it. Oh, okay. 13 March. I can't just sit around and watch what's happening in Prague. Father is pressuring me to graduate high school and lead a respectable life. He wants to arrange some job for me at the post office. How the hell am I supposed to just sit around and stare at the world from a service window in the post office? Especially now, as the Austrians enthusiastically welcome Hitler like a hero. My friend Joe Claudia gave up on the respectable life and left for Spain over a year ago to fight against Franco and his fascists in the Civil War. Unfortunately, I'm only 18 and can't join the army for 2 more years. that could be too late. I could join as a volunteer, but I need permission from my father. 18 May. A strange coincidence today. I ran into Colonel Emmanuel Moravec while crossing the Manas Bridge. I could see his bald, shiny head from a long way off, and I took this as a sign. I worked up the courage and spoke to him. I told him that I wanted to join the army as a volunteer and my father's position on the matter. He seemed interested in my story and asked me why I felt so strongly about joining the army. This made me kind of upset. I said that everyone knows why, especially after reading his articles. He seemed pretty happy to meet such an enthusiastic fan. He promised to speak to my father and even wrote down our address and phone number. I guess we'll see.
Come on to my house.
My house, come on. Come on to my house, I'm gonna give you candy. Come on to my house, I'm going to give you everything. Thank you for the host, Javai. Thank you very much. Welcome in. They were from the Austro-Hungarian Empire. We are playing Attentat 1942, which is a game about the occupation of Czechoslovakia during World War II in the aftermath of the assassination of Heydrich, who was the Nazi governor of Czechoslovakia. You're just a little bit late. I had an uncle who went over into the Abraham Lincoln Bridge, Spain, to fight, Abraham Lincoln Brigade in Spain to fight Franco. Yeah, I mean, it's sort of an amazing time, right? I mean, I don't even know what to think. Well, we live in amazing times right now. 24 September. Yesterday finally did it. We are mobilizing for war. I froze when I heard the voice on the radio. Then it became clear to me that we were really going to fight, and that meant we could die. 29 September. We entered the military training camp in Smychov as volunteers. Lieutenant Kuba, I'm going to, when I run Night Witches, I need to make sure I practice all the Russian names beforehand so I can pronounce them somewhat decently. Lieutenant Koba quickly made us into soldiers. It hasn't been easy. Sometimes I want to scream at him, but at the end of the day I'm happy to be under his command because it means I get to defend the Republic in this time of need. I spent my days switching between a rifle and a clarinet. It would never have occurred to me that a musical instrument and a weapon could be so similar. Thin figures made of wood and steel. Sometimes, in the evening after we have dinner, I have enough time and strength to play with some guys in the dorm. We mostly play patriotic tunes and folk songs. All that time I spent playing with my jazz band in high school proved useful after all. After years of playing Hello Lola by Glenn Miller, folk songs are a piece of cake. And to be honest, I almost enjoy playing them more than swing. They're just closer to my heart. My grandfather was living in Jersey when the Germans invaded. He told my mom so many interesting stories. That must be... Yeah, it would have been my grandparents' generation that were in the war. My grandfather on my father's side fought in the war. I think he was actually part of the D-Day invasion. And on my mother's side, my grandmother was young. That side of the family sort of had kids younger. So my grandmother was too young, but it would have been my great-grandfather. He was fought in World War II and World War I. The Night Witches were so awesome. I know they're amazing, right? I'm glad the band Sabaton made a song about them, so I found out about them and looked into it a bit. They're amazing, and I cannot wait to run a game. I actually finished building a character sheet for Night Witches in Roll20 because there wasn't one, so I'm very excited about that. I'm very excited about it. 2 October. Basic training is almost over. In a couple of days, we will be assigned to our units. There are a lot of good young men here. Krejar, for example. We became close during sniper practice, and later when we learned how to load machine guns. I hope we'll be in the same unit. Hey, Anio, how are you doing? Welcome in. We're playing a game about Nazis and the Holocaust. My paternal grandfather was in the Navy, served on minesweepers in the Pacific and the Aleutians. My maternal grandfather was an Air Force mechanic. You know, it's so interesting to think about how much this war impacted the globe, you know? Because it sort of, it was, so many people, and the ways in which post-World War II, the post-World War II globe was changed so much, right, by everything that happened. 5 October. We are still in the barracks. This humiliation is almost unbearable. England and France have handed us over to Hitler. I can't even believe it. When I heard the news, I ran straight to Lieutenant Koba, who was standing in front of the radio with tears running down his face. He looked up at me in silence. I will never forget those tears and that silence. The outrage I felt against those who abandoned and betrayed us, those who forced us to accept the humiliating of so-called Munich Pact. This shall always be a day of national mourning, horror, and humiliation. And then there's a article about it. My family comes from and lives in Sweden, so generally limited direct contact connection to the war, if any connection at all. Weren't there a bunch of Swedish, weren't there Swedish snipers? No? I feel like there was some kind of Swedish resistance stuff going on, maybe? 18 November. I've been officially discharged from volunteer service. I was useless there anyway. I have no idea what to do now. I can't go back to my life as normal as if nothing happened. Everywhere I look, I see hopelessness and defeat. People avoid looking at one another. The enthusiasm I felt in the summer is completely gone. February 18, 1939. Oh, you're right, that is Denmark and Finland. Yes, you're right. That's true. The Finns had amazing snipers, that's true. My great-grandpa came to America when he distinguished himself in some war or other and awarded a commission. He used the money to move. Oh, that's so interesting, Levi. I mean, there was some, but officially Sweden was neutral. Oh, that's true. Yeah. Oh, what's her name? Zara Leander was, I think, Swedish, wasn't she? And she was like the big hot stuff in Germany after Marlene Dietrich left, because Marlene Dietrich was like, I don't want to have anything to do with Nazis, so she left. And then Zara Leander sort of moved into Germany and became the new Marlene Dietrich. 18 February. Yesterday, after what felt like forever, I spent some time playing with my buddies from the old school band. Frenta, always the eager one, signed us up to play at the medical students' ball. He has a lot of new friends in med school now. I think he wants to show off and impress the girls. I didn't feel up for a performance, but Aegon talked me into it. In the end, it turned out to be rather a pleasant evening. At least for a little while, I was able to forget what was going on around us. And one of the girls Frenta was chasing after was really cool. Aegon tried to woo her with his extensive knowledge of movies, but that didn't work. Surprisingly, she was looking and said, "Me?" So we danced and talked for a while. It was also natural. We're going to see each other again today. Her name is Ludmila. 3 April. I've been spending my days with Ludmila. She keeps telling me that I need to appreciate the small joys in life, but it's pretty hard these days. Okay, so I started a Warhammer Fantasy campaign as a female runesmith dwarf, and I find it very challenging to do a low and loud voice. I think I'm too used to going high and loud. My tip for you, Anil, is you can think about low and loud, but what I think you'll want to do is try to flatten your inflections. So rather than using a lot of different tones in your voice like I'm doing right now, try to speak more in a monotone, and also try not to use upward inflections at the end of your sentences. When you get to the end of your sentences, try to go down. Try not to spend up. So even if you're speaking up here in this range of your voice, as long as you keep yourself monotone, you will get a more masculine coded sound. So basically narrow your range of tones. Sal, you're back. Oh, Sal, before you left, you donated bits, and I'm going to sing the song for you. Do not think. Isn't monotone boring? Well, it is how we've conditioned. It's how we are read to. Society reads monotone as more masculine than lots of tones. Also, B Bottle Floof. Thank you for being here, and I'm so glad you're able to come, and I was so glad for the raid as well. Come back, and it was lovely meeting you. Go to sleep. You know, you're off there in perhaps Europe, and you probably should be sleeping. Oh no, I saw those bits. I wanted to tell you, so what it is masculine coded to use fewer tones, and for emphasis use volume rather than pitch. And it is feminine coded to use more tones and to use pitch as emphasis rather than volume. So if you want to sort of get a more sort of masculine coded sound, you would speak more monotone, and when there's something that's really important, you would then say that thing louder than you would then, as opposed to, for example, if something is more important, then you might, rather than saying it louder, you might go and use more emphasis by using more tones, right? So you want to narrow your tones, use volume for emphasis. Oh, 12:30 midnight, go to sleep, B Bottle Floof. I'm going to get your name, and then if you ever subscribe, I will give you the name game, and it will be hard, but I will do it. B Bottle Floof. Oh, it's going to be hard, but I will get it. B Bottle Floof. I will practice backstage. So I can do it. I want to finish this entry. I enjoy being with her. I feel like I have a reason to live. My dad is pushing me to take that stupid job from his friend at the post office. He's also promising to buy me some apartment through some other friend. I'm seriously considering it. We would have our own apartment and finally be free of rent payments in Ludmila's dorm. Just because one is in Europe doesn't mean one should sleep. I totally shouldn't be asleep now, as I'm also in the UK. Javai. I'll try that, but now I just want a voice synthesizer that changes the pitch of my voice automatically. See, but here's the thing that's so interesting, Aneo. People think that gender is in the pitch of your voice. But, so for those of you who do not know, Aneo knows this, but one of the things that I actually specialize in is the voice and gender, how we read gender in the voice, how we understand, how we can tell someone is a man or a woman just by listening to their voice. It's one of the things that I specialize in as a music professor. Don't ask. But the thing is that people sort of think that men and women's voices are really, really different, but actually there's like an octave overlap in men and women's voices. If the average man has like a 2-octave range and the average woman has a 2-octave speaking range, there's a 1-octave overlap. So actually men and women's voices in terms of pitch aren't really that far apart naturally in terms of the actual box itself. But men tend to be encouraged to pitch their voice lower and women to pitch their voice higher than would be their actual normal speaking voice. And a lot of the difference between in how we gender the voice is actually not in the pitch itself, but in how much tone we use, whether or not we use upward or lower inflections, whether or not we use inflection or volume for emphasis, how good our vocabulary is, how extensive the vocabulary is, whether or not you curse or not, length of, like there's all these different things besides just the pitch itself that... Oh, also, this is interesting. Yeah, cadence and rhythm does a lot, right? It's actually a lot. Cadence and rhythm does a whole lot for gendering the voice. Also really interesting, formants. So formants are the overtones in your voice, and if you have a darker voice, we read that as being more masculine. If you have a lighter voice, we read that as being more feminine. And one of the ways you can get, so interesting, I find this interesting. One of the ways you can get more female sounding or feminine sounding formants is by smiling. So if you smile, you're going to sort of give yourself the formants that will make you sound more feminine. Although if you frown and give yourself sort of like a frowny face, you're going to get a kind of the formants in your voice, even if it's the same pitch, that reads more masculine. So when people keep saying women smile, that also actually impacts their voice. Isn't that interesting? Is that the station announcers in the bus can't say the station names right? Huh. Also, yeah, smiling can help with broadcast voice, it's true. Also with singing. But then again, right, people think that acting is not masculine. Also, breathiness reads as feminine and graveliness reads as masculine. There's a lot of stuff. Yeah, here, but then also broadcast voice. So yeah, so it kind of depends on where you're going with that one. It's interesting. I smile pretty broadly when I do my broadcast voice. Yeah, but of course that broadcast voice now is not as popular, right? If you think about the most popular voice, like the guy that does the movie trailer voices in a world, right? So he's doing the really gravelly voice. And he's doing this like, it's kind of like a hyper masculine voice, which is not the kind of broadcast voice. You know, world's weird, people. World is weird. Oh, for Sal, because Sal donated bits. Don LaFontaine. Yes. Sal donated bits, and bits are not ever escape my notice, so I want to thank you so much for the bits. And because of this, I gift you with this song. Earway in hey, the anime. Earway in hey, the anime. Ewe atke awe atle of way way it wakes te ute it gewe ang leo. Earway in hey, the anime. E the ice gaze are ani say. Old man the 80 and pray urthe uthre uvia aste on way ang reo. Ewe every eat red lands lay of wed brands lay ute day. And when we see the end, they orderly iwe ukli at the I got right in the I they. Woo! Sorry, I just enjoy that so much. 30 April. The band is supposed to play in some student music festival. We played it last year too, but this time Egon is against it. We spent the night fighting about it in some bar. Apparently we're broken up now, and what's more, I had my first fight with Ludmila. She was at the bar too, and pretty angry for her own reasons. Egon made some joke about how I'm not playing my clarinet because I'm too busy playing with Ludmila. That really ticked her off. Oh, it's not my real voice. Just one I put on, like a mask or a jacket. Oh yeah. Broadcast voice, retail voice, command voice, caring voice. Oh yeah. Trooper sing. Ooh. Thinking about emotes. Yeah, no, but all of our voices are put on in certain ways, you know, because we're all learned. Here's an interesting fact. Do you know that people can tell... ooh, that sounds fun, drummer boy. That sounds fun. So this is a really interesting fact about gender in the voice. People can tell with accuracy whether or not someone is male or female starting at about 3 years of age. So hearing a 3 or 4 year old, they can tell, oh, that's a boy, that's a girl. But there is no physical difference between boys and girls' vocal boxes before puberty, which is not going to hit until 12, 13, 14. So there's no actual difference in their vocal folds, their voice boxes. There's no physiological difference between boys and girls' voices, you know, when they're 8 or 9 or 10. But they have learned already what society expects men to sound like and women to sound like, and then they internalize that, so they start speaking differently even though there's no physiological difference between them. My point being that men are not from Mars and women are not from Venus. We're both human beings. We're all human beings. And there's not as many differences between us as we are internalized to believe, is what I would say. They had such a nice sounding voice actor for Fox Mulder in the X-Files in Germany. I was so sad hearing Mulder in the English original. I know my German friends who get used to the voice actors in German and who then can't really handle the English originals. It's one of the reasons why I almost always do original with subtitles. 7 May. I've just completed one of the most important weeks of my entire life. It began on Monday. The Germans forbade us from celebrating May Day, but Ludmila and I did so anyway. We took a short trip to Rip Hill to watch the sunrise. Rip is a pretty important place for us Czechs. According to legend, it is the place where our earliest ancestors first settled, and let me tell you, when we got there, it was practically a carnival, and there were probably 1,000 people on that little hill. And then on Wednesday, we were listening to a live performance broadcast from the National Theater of our great national composer, Smetana. I'll bet every Czech in the protectorate was listening. I could almost feel those hundreds of thousands of kindred spirits broadcasting through the receiver. I began to think about my days in the barracks, how me and the guys would play folk songs in the evenings. But it is only now in these tough times when the Czechs have been discouraged and abandoned by everyone that I fully understand the strength and power of our national music. Sure, we started our stuff to Duke Ellington and the jazz band, but nothing could compare to this. Today was also the day that they transferred the remains of our beloved national poet, Karel Hynek Mácha, from the small town of Ludoměřice, where he died in the 19th century, back to Prague. There were so many people in the streets to welcome him. Ludmila and I were there too, at least until the Germans chased us away. Apparently they're even afraid of our dead poets. I'll tell you, music is very powerful. You can train yourself to get your voice to sit almost anywhere. That is true. In fact, you can't not train yourself to do it. This is true. Yeah, I need to think more about which masculine and feminine traits to use since she's a linguist. And I feel like mostly monotone wouldn't be right. So maybe a gruffy, inflection-y voice? I'll think more on it. And if you want a Neo, you should email me. And if you want, I'll give you a copy of my chapter that talks about, that's not out yet. It's in a book. The book's not out yet. But it's all about how we gender the voice. If you want it, you can. It has a chart that I made that if you want, you can look at it and it might be helpful for you. I usually like the English better. Spike and Cowboy Bebop. I think so, yeah. Had a psychology teacher in high school that always answered questions about differences between genders with that the differences between individuals are larger than the differences between the genders, and that stuck with me for some reason. Yeah, no, actually, the Javai, that's really true. That's really true. You know, because we're all people. That's the thing. It's like, you know, that's all I'm going to say. Also, right here, this part about national music, it really talks a lot about the power of music to create national feelings. There's a guy, Benedict Anderson, he wrote this sort of famous book on imagined communities. I've been watching My Hero Academia subbed recently, and whenever I watch or see dubbed clips, I have to do a double take. Well, that makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense. And he talked about the imagined community, about the ways in which reading the same newspaper allows you to think that you are the same as other people, right? How do you create a national identity when like you're never going to meet? Like, I mean, how many millions of people live in China or in the United States or in all these countries, and you're never going to meet all of those people. So how do you create an imagined identity with them? How do you think, oh, I'm American and that makes me different from Canadians? How do you sort of imagine that there's some kind of national character? And it's through these things like songs and newspapers that you imagine other people or television watching the same things and therefore somehow being the same as you. So, you know, the ways in which music is really powerful and other arts are powerful in creating a sense of national identity. We will not forget this. Ludmila and I took a leaf from Matcha's laurel wreath as a souvenir. Ooh. 17 November. Why is luck so fleeting? Only yesterday, Ludmila was happily planning our perfect future, an apartment full of children and her own doctor's office to boot. And today, I'm devastated. If only I hadn't taken our domestic bliss for granted yesterday. It all started when I got angry at Ludmila because she didn't want to go to Jan Oplatal's funeral. It was a bad fight. And today those German murderers closed Ludmila's university, allegedly for 3 years, but we'll see about that. She is certain that she will never be able to complete her studies. That means there won't be a doctor's office and possibly no children either. And then the wave of arrests. The Gestapo took away Hisik and then Frenta, who was supposed to attend the funeral with me on Wednesday. Ludmila has to move out of her dorm and doesn't know where to go. If we don't find something soon, she'll have to go back to her hometown Melnik in the middle of nowhere. Thinking about it breaks my heart. Why now when we've become so close? Oh, thank you. Thank you, Drummer Boy, for posting in Media Musings. I'm going to watch that duet, and I'm so excited because I love things like that. So excited. I also love people who do vocal impressions while singing. 22 November. It seems that we've solved at least one problem. By chance, Ludmila ran into an acquaintance of hers from Melnik. Some guy, Sikora, who works at the Prague City Hall, and he offered her some work as a typist. It's slightly embarrassing for us getting help from a German. Sure, he's technically a Czechoslovak citizen from the Sudeten borderlands, but still, he speaks German and that makes him a German. Ludmila and I spoke for a long time about whether we should take the job, but she convinced me that he had always been a very polite person. Ooh. I love these like photos and drawings. 1940, February, 15 February. I would never believe the awful things you smell at the post office and the filth people carry on their hands. What fairy tale about white diseases might Chapek write today about our post office, where he's still alive? What trolls these bureaucrats are, the scum who deliver letters to the Gestapo. It's increasingly cold in my little sublet apartment. Thank goodness it's warm at Lumila's, the women's housing dorm. Sometimes I play my clarinet just to warm myself up. 1 March. So I don't know if we did the right thing, but Ludmila accepted that job at City Hall. Today, I went to visit her at work and I saw Sikora. I can't stand him. Or did I just imagine that he was a little too familiar with Ludmila? 15 September. Ludmila Skalova. How beautiful that name sounds. It has a touch of girlish beauty, but it also offers a somber reminder of Saint Ludmila. Perhaps in my old age I will still be religious thanks to dear Ludmila. I just can't help myself when she looks at me with those big, sad eyes. Saint Ludmila died a martyr's death. Ludmila Skalova. It sounds very lovely. She will be my rock in tough times. Like today, I gave her a bouquet of roses and a pair of earrings that belonged to my mother. We went to the cinema and kissed during the weekly news. We paid no attention to the lies on screen. Somehow, I will suffer through the week at the post office, and on Sunday, we're off to Melnik. Ludmila enjoys taking trips back home. If you didn't know, it's where the Elbe and the Vitala rivers meet, and I think it's where we'll say to her, Ludmila, let's join our lives like these two rivers. Will you marry me? I hope I find enough courage to pop the question like that. Oh, weekly news in the theater. Yeah, he is so in love. By the way, I don't know if you know this. You know the famous song by Strauss, the Blue Danube Waltz? Da 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 dum 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 da 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 da. Like, you know the song, right? It's called the Blue Danube. Anyway, Passau, which is a city in Germany, is the Three Rivers city, and it's where the Elbe and the Danube, all three of those rivers meet. And here's the coolest thing. I went there, and you can sit there, and you can see the exact space where all the three rivers come together. And the Danube is blue, and the Inn and the Elbe are different colors green. Like, one of them is a chalkier green, the other is like a deeper green. And so you can see these three rivers with these three different colors coming together, and it's amazing. Just so you know, it's amazing. The waltz I chased my dad around the dance floor with. And then 13 October. Yesterday, Ludmila and I got married. I didn't tell the guys from the band. Aegon would have tried to pull some crap. He always makes fun of me for spending time with the old ball and chain instead of going out and living it up. I found a couple of flowers from the ceremony, but there isn't much growing in October. We had a modest, quiet reception. Ludmila laughed and said that it seemed more like a funeral. I guess it's not how she imagined the big day, but what can we do? I was glad I didn't fight with father. Ludmila got a book of romantic poetry from Sikora as a wedding present. What was the jerk thinking? I need to keep an eye on him. 26 October. Father's acquaintances once again delivered. The old man had such a patronizing look on his face as he took us to our new apartment. Honestly, I don't even want to know how he managed to arrange all this. His acquaintance probably pushed us to the top of a long waiting list, skipping lots of needy people along the way. I hope no one becomes suspicious at the post office that I'm into some unsavory business. Ludmila's joy with the new apartment helped me overcome the bitter aftertaste of accepting my father's services. Ooh. 1941, 2nd of March. Unpleasant business today with our neighbor Mr. Malik. He's one of those ass-kissers who has figured out how to live a proper German life. He claims that I'm breaking our nightly curfew by playing my clarinet. And even worse, I'm playing horrid Negro music. Who knows where he heard it? I said fine, instead I'll bother you with my horrid music. Instead of bothering you with my horrid music, we'll just switch on some illegal broadcasts from London. I think he almost crapped his pants. Now Ludmila is scared he's going to report us to the Gestapo. Apparently he has some relatives who are interested in our apartment. So, dear diary, should I apologize to Malik? Fat chance. No, Sikora's not the snitch. Malik is the snitch. Sikora is the Czech German who works at the post office, who got Ludmila the job. 23 June. What a world we live in today. What a world we live in today. The media we invented for sharing truth and understanding has become propaganda for circulating fanaticism and lies. Newspapers, radio, cinema. Today they serve only to circulate the German Weltanschauung worldview. And people begin to change their under the constant pressure of these lies. We are all changing. When we stand face to face with lies, we choose to keep silent. Although I suppose the hairs on our backs bristle a little bit, like a cat scared by a larger, more dangerous predator. Today, I've listened to that bald bastard Moravec give a speech on the radio. He's a different man now, if you can even call him that. Can you believe that once upon a time I actually admired him? And now it sounds like he he almost believes all this garbage about Hitler's 1,000-year Reich. I know that photo's amazing, right? And now we know why Malik snitched. He wanted the apartment for his friends. Exactly. Like, it's so terrible, right? This is the horrible thing about this. So, I'm going to tell you something, Volpes, in a minute after I finish this particular entry. And then I will tell you something about privilege and power. About how the leaders of the Republic were traitors who took orders from the Jews. Sometimes I think back to high school and remember how many of my friends, inspired by Moravec's writing, wanted to join the military academy. How during the summer of 1938, we thought that no one could beat us with officers like him, not even the Germans. So this is the thing I wanted to bring up. I was talking about the difference between racism and racial prejudice, or sexism and sex prejudice, or homophobia and sexuality prejudice, right? These differences. And so some people like to say, oh, well, you know, prejudice is prejudice. If you don't like someone because of their race, it's all the same. But it's not all the same, because there's power, right? So, like, I use the sociological definition of an ism or a phobia as being prejudice with power, and that being different from prejudice without power. Because in the 1940s, if someone were Jewish in Czechoslovakia and they didn't like Germans because they were prejudiced against Germans, oh, okay, what can they do about it? Nothing. But if you were a German in Czechoslovakia and you didn't like Jews, you could go and tell the Gestapo and get them murdered, right? So that there's a difference between if your prejudice is backed by the state, and that the state will support your prejudice. That's like, it's important. Like, it's different, right? In a moment where you can just get people murdered because you don't like them versus if you can't. 1942, 22 February. Ludmila would like to have kids. At this point, I'm not sure that makes sense to bring a child into the world. Perhaps I should take advantage of the fact that we don't have children yet and focus a bit more of my efforts on the anti-German resistance. Perhaps I shouldn't even have gotten married at all. Maybe I should have left the country like the resistance fighters in London. Most people just go to a bar, get drunk, and grumble. And I satisfy my longing for resistance by listening to illegal news broadcasts from London every evening. Others can use the excuse that they have children and that they don't want to endanger their families. But what about me? Maybe I should do something like the third, the resistance fighter. I should make contact with him and figure out how I can help. While the definition is important, the problem with the sociological definitions is that the lay public neither uses them nor recognizes them. This is true. That's true, Krellin. But that's why I feel like it's important to educate people about these different definitions, so you can talk about the difference between the importance of power, and recognize that not everybody uses that definition, but try to work, right? I mean, like, I just feel like it's about trying to work to not just keep your definition in your own little, like, ivory tower, but try to bring that definition out to more places so that more people can know about it. And then, right, because I think it's important to know that there's more to, right, that it's not just about, like, because it's not about, like, whether or not you're a bad person, you know what I mean? Like, it's not about if you're bad or good. Like, that's not as important as, like, these larger structures, and, like, thinking about that. Ooh, here we go. Today a rather unpleasant thing happened. It was lunchtime, and I got into the back car of a tram on Revolution Street. Right after I sat down, I recognized the familiar face of my old friend E, sitting ahead of me in the first car. We hadn't seen one another in a long time, not since the days when he played with us in the band. I was really looking forward to catching up. At the next stop, I jumped off the tram and ran ahead to the front car and jumped on, walked right up to him and said hello. He pretended like he didn't recognize me. When I refused to go away, he got angry and tried to push me away. It occurred to me that maybe he was angry because I forgot to invite him to my wedding. Yeah, bringing the definitions down can be important, but I think it's a lot easier to do that when you invent new terms rather than try to redefine existing ones. Are you telling me that academics shouldn't hide themselves and their knowledge in ivory towers? Heresy. Well, I suppose the thing is that words change their definition all the time, you know? And so I think that sometimes the problem is that you don't, like, sometimes new words just never get adopted, you know? So I think that there are arguments for both ends. Do you know what I mean? I think there are, like, I can see the argument for both sides of that one's wanting to try to work to change the definition like other words' definitions change, or inventing new words. I can see the argument for both. I see the argument for both. Because sometimes I actually make new words, and then sometimes I use old words. So like I see it. As a person who's made new words, I see both arguments. Okay, but trying to get people to use the more complex and wordy racial prejudice instead of racist is just bound to fail. Sometimes, because here's the thing. This is what's interesting, is that a lot of people don't like using the word racist at all, and so they don't. They actually will use things like prejudice instead, because they don't want to use the word racist, or discriminatory. So people will sometimes use more complicated words because they want to avoid the word racist. So, I mean, you know. Yeah, etymology is pretty powerful. I felt bad about that, and once I started thinking about it, I realized that I had seen him a lot less after the wedding. Still, I was glad to see him now and really didn't understand what the hell had gotten into him. When he jumped off the train at the next stop, looking about nervously, I decided to follow him. And then just as I caught up to him, it occurred to me, he's a Jew. He never said much about it. I mean, his entire family went to church. But it was at this moment that I understood all the small clues and hints together. I understood why he backed out of the band, why he stopped hanging out with us, and now here he is, walking the town without a star, sitting in the front car of a tram, which everybody knows is completely verboten. All this despite the fact that so many Jews had already been deported to who knows where. I'm ashamed to admit just how surprised I was. It occurred to me that I should just walk away and let him go. I didn't want to add to his problems, but then I got a hold of myself. I caught up to him and I grabbed his shoulder. They changed 911 to 911. We can do it! Oh. Well, they used to adapt it as 911. Oh, He knew damn well that I'm his friend, but he was scared nonetheless. He'd already received a call that he was to be deported. He was completely lost at sea. He didn't even have forged documents. Of course he recognized me, and in private he admitted as much, but he didn't want to cause me any trouble and still seemed eager to part ways. I noticed that he was shivering, so I gave him my coat. As he explained how desperate he was, I also gave him my spare train tickets and all the money in my wallet. Now what will I tell Ludmila? To March. I went to see the third. He knows someone who can help E. They were nice to me at the police station, as if they knew what I was after. If all the good Czechs would unite, neither the Germans nor the collaborating bastards like my neighbor Malik would stand a chance against us. We will meet with E every other week on Wednesdays at our old spot. I prefer not to talk about this in front of Ludmila. I don't live that far from you. Oh, Huh. Interesting. I don't know what we called it. 911? 911? I don't think I ever called it 911 in California. I think I always called it 911. 11 March. Meeting with E is done. Our exchange is complete. It was a crazy idea. I prefer not to think about what could have happened to us. Ludmila notices something. She probably thinks of another woman. A guy needs to look out for the Gestapo, but he also needs to be careful around his woman. Ludmila was reading her magazines again today. She tried to provoke me with a photo of some actress in one of the covers. She knows very well that I don't like those fake model smiles. Actresses always have the dumbest expressions, like they couldn't count to 5 if their life depended on it. That garbage drives me nuts. I remember when Ludmila took me to see some big flashy movie last year, and I couldn't get over how fake it was. In this day and age, a real man shouldn't be acting as if nothing is happening in the world outside the movie theater. He sits and laughs at the movie, but he shouldn't be laughing when he knows damn well the rest of Europe is at war. This right here is exactly what Adorno was talking about. This is Adorno's argument right here. Acting like you have no cares in the world is so false, and I simply cannot stand it. This guy would like Adorno. But there's no 11 button. Yeah, single digits because it's rotary phone. Yep, that's, right? 911. 9, and of course the 9 took so long on the rotary phone, but the 1 was really fast. 9 was so long. Father wrote again. It's the same silly stuff over and over. I gather from his account of Uncle Karel's birthday that they are planning a second secret party in the countryside over the weekend. So now the whole family is united in the fight against Nazism. They will heroically butcher a pig. Well, at least we can cleanse the guilt of our stomachs with blood sausage. Ludmila was sullen again today. We spoke again about having children. At least we have a beautiful day with the sausage. That was the end of the diary. Ooh. Yeah. So I think he must have gotten arrested because of giving Aegon the fake papers. I think. By the way, we're going to do a giveaway. Our giveaway for today, for those of you who are hanging out, is Styx Shards of Darkness, which is a stealth adventure. And I have extra Steam keys, so I'm going to give it away. So all you have to do is just make sure you say something in chat in the next 5 minutes or so, and then I will see who the winner is, and then we will give it away. We will just give it away. Let's talk again to Ludmila. Let's talk to our grandpa. It's a stealth game. I'm very excited. Let's see what our grandma has to say. We might be able to... Oh, okay. In the diary, Grandpa writes about a Jewish friend named Mr. E. Do you know who he was? Oh, yeah. Let's see if we can find Aegon. Oh, it's called Styx, Shards of Darkness.
Žid. Ale to by mohl být Egon Mareš.
Aegon Mareš.
Jeden z ním chodil už do gymnázia. Potom za nějakou kapelu taky založili, hráli spolu a pořád jim to fungovalo. Ale já jsem ho neměla ráda. To byl frajer, že důležitý, že se asi líbil holkám, jo? Ale že byl žid, to mě vůbec nenapadlo.
Wasn't Adorno not considering himself as communist, and he could only hide that because he didn't publish much? It's fun you play a goblin. Oh, so I'm excited about giving the game away because I cannot play it. He was part of the Frankfurt School. I mean, he was a communist. This is true. He also left the United States because he went to the United States because he had to escape Germany because he was Jewish, and then we were in the middle of the Red Scare, right? And so he had to leave the United States too. But also Krakauer is another one of those people in the Frankfurt School who thought that movies were the opiate of the masses and not good. In the diary, Grandpa writes that Mr. E was Jewish, but he escaped deportation. Do you know something about this?
Vůbec nic. Já nevím, co si s dědou řekli, co si udělali, rozešli se.
We'll ask, did Grandpa help him somehow? I love her looking at these photographs. I mean, this game is so well made.
A jestli mu pomáhal, tak jsem o tom rozhodně nic nevěděla.
I would like to ask you a question. Maybe we have more... Oh, Grandpa mentioned the third in his diary. Do you know who that is? No, probably not.
Já vím, kdo byl třetí.
Oh, really?
Byl to Matyáš Krejcar. Byl v odboji. Dával lidem letáky, takináky dal dědečkovi. A když dědečka zavřeli, přišel se zeptat. A já jsem mu řekla, že hazarduje s lidskými životy.
But then is the question, what would be better? Well, if you think about the Frankfurt School, if you think about Adorno and maybe people like what's his face, who did the Threepenny Opera, they would say that what is better is art that challenges you, right? So the Verfremdungs effect by what's his face? Oh gosh, you know, the guy who did the Threepenny Opera. Hold on. I can't believe I cannot remember his name. What is wrong with me? Threepenny Opera. It's Brecht, right? By Bertolt Brecht. And Kurt Weill. But Bertolt Brecht, right? He would tell you that... Brecht. Yes, Welpes, Brecht. Right? So their idea is that what you need is you have to have art that doesn't lull you into complacency, right? So you need to have art that challenges you and that makes you uncomfortable and that doesn't fool you, right? So you want to they wouldn't want you to fall into the media and be carried away by it because that means you're shutting off your brain. So they would want you to keep a critical distance at all times to your art, and they would want art that challenges you to be more critical about the world you live in rather than one that just makes you feel carried away, right? That's what they would say. Because, you know, they felt like, I mean, and the thing is, look, I get I get it, right? And I think you can see it in this diary as well. This guy is in, like, Czechoslovakia is invaded by the Nazis. You've got Nazis everywhere. And rather than rising up in resistance, people go to the movies and watch some, like, romantic film and laugh and cry, and then they go home, they don't do anything. And so in that space, you would see that kind of mass media as just being like an opiate and not doing anything at all. Yes, it was a thing in the public, but it was made to not... The thing is, they did not think you couldn't make media for the public. They wanted the media for the public to be made, but they wanted it to be responsible, or what they thought was responsible. And what they thought was responsible was not media that fooled you. They really didn't like film. They really didn't like film. Like, they wanted the Threepenny Opera to be sung in a way that didn't let you fall in love with it, to be crafted in a way that made you critical and step back, and you couldn't just turn your brain off. So they do want public art. They certainly want public art. They think it's really important for there to be public art, but they want the public art to be challenging and to not be too easy. Like, that's really important to them. Okay, we are going to do, by the way, we're going to do our giveaway. That's what we're going to do. Everybody, as I'm going to do this giveaway, if you want to say something before I put the command in, make sure you say something now, before it's too late. What I was... Oh, so just so you know, I'm Trooper SJP. I'm an affiliated variety streamer doing a lot of games that are story heavy. I'm also a GM for tabletop RPGs and a musician and a professor of music history. And this is the Academic Foxhole, and it is... but that was after they were dead. But they made it into a film in the 70s after they were dead, and I'm sure they would not have liked it. I'm sure Weil and Brecht would have been angry that they made a film, and they would have thought that was terrible, right? Because that goes against what they were trying to do. It's like the theater of the absurd. Like there are various people who are trying to do things, and they would not have liked it. So I'm going to give away the winner for our game, Styx Shards of Darkness, which is a stealth game, and I'm excited to find out who the winner is. Ice Bunny! Ice Bunny, guess what? Guess what, Ice Bunny? Ice Bunny, Ice Bunny, Ice Bunny. Guess what? You won. The Bunny of Ice wins our... the thing I'm going to say is, don't give me a thing. Krellin, I'm not going to give it to you this time because I'm giving it to Ice Bunny. Ice Bunny, I'm giving you the code for our stealth game. Boom. Let me know if you have it. Yes, you get rewarded, Ice Bunny. Also, for those of you who are hanging out, I want you to know that we have a Discord. And please join up our Discord if you would like, because our Discord is awesome, full of awesome people, all of the battle buddies here in the Academic Foxhole, and you should join it. We talk about stuff. It's a mellow Discord. Also, if you want to find me on Twitter, I'm at the Academic Foxhole. And also we have a YouTube where we have a archive of the games we've played if you want to catch up on past ones. Okay, so that said, let's get back into it. And Grandpa kept... Oh, also, at 10 o'clock, I'm going to be hosting Critical Role for anyone who wants to hang out and watch Critical Role with us in the Foxhole, because there are not 10,000 people who hang out in our chat. That you know of. I mean, maybe there are like 10,000 lurkers, but I'm just saying. Yes. So, and Grandpa kept working with him later. Were they involved in something? The third secretly organized something for Grandpa. Do you know what it was? Let's say that one. It's more direct.
To nevím, to netuším.
I enjoy listening to languages that I don't know. Like, I really enjoy listening to foreign languages. They're just waiting for a slightly more private chat. That's what it is. Ooh, okay, we got a lot of stuff. The Gestapo arrested Grandpa during the war. On the day of his arrest, Grandpa planned to travel to Brezhnev to illegally purchase rations. Grandpa didn't go to Brezhnev, but his friend did. Grandma thinks their neighbor Malek denounced Grandpa to the Gestapo. Grandpa was hiding anti-German leaflets in the apartment. Grandma thinks that Grandpa didn't have anything to do with Hydra's assassination. Grandpa's friend from the army, Matthias Kretschar, gave him the leaflets. Grandpa never told Grandma why they arrested him. Egon Maraj was Grandpa's Jewish friend from the band. We got a lot of information, everybody. We're looking for just one thing. I think we should probably call back Matthias Kretschar. I think we need to... You're welcome. I think we need to call him back and see if we can get him to tell us stuff. One more time, you know? Oh, we're going to his door. Oh, hey. We're just going to his door.
Co si přejete?
Wow. This is such a cool game, everyone. Hello, I'm the grandson of Jindřich Jelinek. Can I ask you a couple of questions about the Second World War? We're going to go with direct, because he's suspicious.
Druhá světová válka, říkáte? No tak to pojďte se mnou do kuchyně.
Oh, hey, he's just letting us in. Okay.
Dáte
See,
si kafe
thank you,
nebo čaj?
Levi. Coffee or tea? Tea? Tea. See, thank you, Levi. That's a proper introduction.
Prosím. Cože vás to zajímá? Odboj za války? No o tom vám samozřejmě můžu něco říct, ale nesmíme se moc zapovídat.
Wow.
Za chvíli
This
nějakou
game is so
schůzku.
amazing. I kind of can't handle it. Oh. Into the kitchen, and he offers you deliciousness.
No
Right?
odboj, to přece byla vlastenecká povinnost. V roce 1938 jsme chtěli bránit republiku, bohužel páni politici nám to nedovolili. Takže i hned po okupaci jsme šli do odboje. No, bohužel celá řada lidí to zaplatila životem.
Ooh, you know, this game is giving me feels. Right now it's kind of low-key feels, but I'm getting feels about the game because I'm always a sucker for people who stand up for their beliefs. I know that my grandpa was in the resistance with you. Can you tell me more about it? Let's be direct.
Jelínek? Jindřich Jelínek, no ten vlastně neměl s odbojem nic společného.
No.
To máte nějaké špatné informace. K tomu vám vlastně nemám co říct.
Oh. During the interview, you missed out on important information about your grandpa's fate. Try to repeat the interview and ask better questions. Okay. Okay, well, we'll have to do that again, won't we? We're going to have to repeat it. Being a part of the Habsburg Empire, they have a lot of good pastries. The character card summarizes information that you get from a character. You can replay the discovered minigames or repeat the entire interview. To replay a minigame, click on its icon. Oh! Huh. Well, this is interesting. So I've got one information. Characters, minigames, encyclopedia. Let's hit repeat interview. Yeah, I think, yeah. Oh, gosh. Repeating the interview costs you one. You have 4 coins. This is interesting, too. So clearly there's a mechanic wherein if you mess up, you have to... Okay, so we need to earn coins so we can replay things. Got it. Okay. Okay. They've done a lot of thought in the mechanics of this game. This is interesting. By the way,
Co si přejete?
we'll do coffee. So we're gonna do this one because I think this is the good one.
Druhá světová válka, říkáte? No, tak
The
to
arcade
pojďte se mnou do
continues,
kuchyně.
right? Yes. Also, will you all let me know when it's 9
Dáte si
o'clock?
kafe
Because I
nebo
can't
čaj?
see on my computer. So, let's go with coffee. Because maybe that will help.
Prosím.
Rice or
vás to
pasta?
zajímá?
Ooh.
Odboj za války? No o tom vám samozřejmě můžu něco říct, ale nesmíme se moc zapovídat, mám za chvíli nějakou schůzku.
So, no, but I don't think that it was the trauma.
To přece byla vlastenecká povinnost. V roce
Volpes,
1938
I
jsme
think
chtěli
that
bránit
rice sounds good
republiku.
with that.
Bohužel páni politici nám to nedovolili.
Rice sounds good with
Takže
that.
i hned po okupaci jsme šli do odboje.
Pasta's faster.
Bohužel celá
but
řada lidí
rice
to zaplatila
sounds good.
životem.
So we're going to go we're going to go around. What was the occupation like for you? Also, we're still missing information from our grandma.
Já jsem měl štěstí, na mě nepřišli, takže nakonec jsem bojoval se zbraní v ruce až v pražském povstání. Víte, kde začalo pražské povstání?
Oh, encyclopedia. Of course I know that. Oh my gosh, I didn't know that. Oh no! Now they're going to ask me where it started. Yeah. Okay, so, sorry, we're going to have to look up in the Wikipedia the Prague Uprising because, yeah, I know, I thought so too, but now I need to know. All right, spontaneous resistance, barricades, brutal, German occupation, military situation. Okay, uprising. Czech radio. So we're gonna go with at a radio station. Okay, this is it. Google it. Radio station.
Přesně tak, ano.
Okay.
V Praze se na mnoha místech demonstrovalo už předtím, ale skutečné povstání začalo tady na Vinohradech, u rozhlasu. To bylo 5. května, tehdy nikdo z nás netušil, že to bude trvat ještě několik dní, než bude Praha svobodná.
Look at this.
Obléhali jsme pak německou posádku ve škole na Lobkovicově náměstí. Bylo to asi 500 zkušených wehrmachťáků, kteří to do nás ale prali kulometama. Když kapitulovali, tak jsme šli bránit Žižkovské nákladové nádraží, tam to bylo nejhorší. Víte přece o těch zvěrstvech, která se odehrávala na Pražačce?
No, I don't actually know. I don't know.
Na Pražačce byla kasárna SA, nějaký prapor Feldherrnhalle. Bylo to pár stovek čerstvě odvedených mladíků a snad jim ještě nebylo ani 18, ale přitom byli horší než SSáci. Popravovali rukojmí, nebrali zajatce, zavraždili nakonec i naše parlamentáře. Když potom ze školy odtáhli, našli jsme ve sklepě mrtvoly zavražděných zajatců.
Who were the parliamentaires? We'll ask.
Parlamentáři, to byli vlastně takoví vyjednavači mezi oběma stranami. Podle Hákské konvence, když šli s bílým praporem, tak měli být chráněni. Ovšem Němci na veškeré dohody úplně zvysoka kašlali. 6. května se ukázalo, že Němci stahují ku Praze posily, aby povstání potlačili. My jsme měli jenom pěchotní zbraně, pušky, pár panzerfaustů a nějaký ten kulomet. Ale Němci, ty táhli s dělostřelectvem, pancéřové jednotky, měli i letectvo. No, jediný, co jsme proti nim vlastně mohli nasadit, byly obrněné vlaky. No a na ten obrněný vlak právě potřebovali zkušené zbrojíře, tak mě poslali z nákladového nádraží na Žižkově do Vršovic na obrněný vlak Praha. S tím jsem potom bojoval nejenom v pražském povstání, ale i v pohraničí, ale to už je zase úplně jiný příběh. No vidíte, to jsem se s váma nějak tak zapovídal a už mám dávno být někde jinde.
But I want to talk to you more. So we need... So this is interesting. We did not get the information that we needed. So this is interesting. Why didn't we get the information that we needed? This is like tricky, isn't it? Yeah, maybe I should have wanted to ask about something else. Yeah. I mean, it was really interesting though. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna I'm gonna see if we can come back to him later. He does. That's the things we have to be direct, but not too direct. So we're gonna go back here, but I think we're actually missing something from our grandma. I think we're missing one piece of information. And we have almost everything, right? But I don't think we have... Right. So this is the one thing that we're missing. So the question is, what are we missing? That's Malik. Okay. Yeah, I think we should maybe... Although we can still get more information out of that one. So, here's the thing. We are missing some information, but I think we can maybe leave it for the moment. Maybe? Okay, let's do it one more time. Oh, wait. You know what we can do? Hey, there's a mini game I think that we can do that will give us coins. Mini games? What is this one? Hiding leaflets. Okay, I want to replay that mini game so we can get the coins. Because it'll give us a net +1. Okay. We're gonna just quick... Oh no! Stove. Yeah, stove. Hey, I got a coin! I think I only got 1 coin out of that one because, you know... I think I only got 1 because I didn't get it the first time. So so you can't just replay things automatically and just get things. So that's also really interesting. What? Get the coin. So this is him, and he clearly has stuff for us that we need to get. But let's talk to the collaborator first, shall we? We're gonna have to take this very carefully. We'll come back to our old guy. Ugh. My granny could not tell me about how she got the news that my grandpa died. She told me how they met. It's interesting because some people will tell you all about it and some people won't. My ex-girlfriend's father, I lived in Germany, so my ex-girlfriend's father, he was German because they're German. And he was in Stalingrad, and he would tell you about what it was like to be in Stalingrad and then be a prisoner of war. So he didn't have, he would talk about it. So sometimes people will talk about things, some people won't. Your grandpa's neighbor, he worked as a journalist at the Protectorate newspapers during the war. We're gonna have to go back to that guy and see if we can get... Okay. What's the approach we're gonna take on this guy? My grandma said you betrayed my grandfather to Gestapo during this war. Is that true? That seems like not the way to go. My grandma said that you were questioned by the Gestapo during the war. It had something to do with my grandfather. May I ask you some questions about what happened? That seems to be the more diplomatic one to take.
Víte, bylo to pro mě strašně těžké období a já na ně nerad vzpomínám.
Oh. Option 1, are you a scumbag? Yeah, I feel like that's not the option to take. I understand you don't like talking about it, but I would really like to learn about those times from someone who experienced them. That's the way to go. A little bit of flattery here.
No co mám s vámi dělat?
Okay, okay. We're gonna do better with this one, I think.
Pojďte dál.
Yeah, the problem with that other guy is that he has not a lot of time, so we can't let him...
To těsně po atentátu na Heydricha. Všichni věděli, že se nám Němci krutě pomstí. Kdo to nezažil, těžko tu dobu pochopí. Ať už se v 50. letech nebo později stalo cokoliv, tehdy šlo o život všem. Vy to vidíte úplně jinak dneska. Všude se píše o tom, jak ty parašutisti byli hrdinové. Dokonce jste jim v té Heydrichova zatáčce postavili pomník.
Ooh, this guy. Let's not ask, did you collaborate with the Gestapo? I think he's not going to think about it. We'll say, what did you do after the assassination? That'll get us there, right?
Věděl jsem, že se nám Němci krutě pomstí. Doposud na ulicích hlídkovali jenom policajti a obyčejní němečtí vojáci. Ale v den atentátu jsem viděl na křižovatce stát SSáky a jejich výrazy, jako by říkali, že nás všechny postřílí. Ampliony pořád vysílali tu zprávu o atentátu. Další den byly všude vyhlášky, kdokoliv, co ví o pachatelích atentátu na Heydricha, bude popraven i s celou rodinou. Wow. Tisíce německých vojáků, SSáků prohlíželi dům domů.
Oh, wow. Okay. Prague. So we're going to go and find out more about him.
Najednou jsem si uvědomil, že mám doma spoustu nebezpečných
What did you
věcí.
have in your apartment?
Kdyby je u mě SSáci našli,
Oh.
putoval bych okamžitě
Hey,
před
those are good
poprat
hands.
příčetu.
Whoever drew the hands well. Because, you know, hands are hard to draw. I know that door chain. Destroying forbidden items. I had a lot of dangerous things at home that I had to get rid of. Okay, so let's get rid of things like this. What is this? Ooh. Sparta soccer team season pass. At least we still occasionally beat the Germans in sports. I don't think I need to destroy that, right? Soccer matches between Czech and German teams occasionally turned into spontaneous protests during the early years of the occupation. However, there was nothing wrong with owning season tickets. Oh, okay. Hands and feet are hard. Okay, so here's the thing, everybody. We have to decide what we should destroy and what we shouldn't. And this seems really hard. There's an encyclopedia that we can maybe learn. What was it that we should have got? Culture, the Gestapo, Legionnaires, Under the Protectorate, Munich Conference, types of resistance, SS maybe? We know what they were. That's fine. I know what the SS is. Maybe Black Market? Black Market offered basic goods for extremely inflated prices. They were a reaction to shortages of goods under the Protectorate. Implementation of ration cards for basic goods had a broad range of effects, including the creation of black markets and other forms of profiteering. Rationing created shortages that forced people to find other means of procuring basic luxury goods. The black market thrived most in the countryside, where it was easiest to gain access to basic foodstuffs and other commodities. It was not an easy venture, however, thanks to the intense policing efforts by the German occupying authorities. Agricultural crop yields were rigidly monitored, and police units conducted regular inspections throughout the Protectorate for any signs of hidden caches of food. Protectorate propaganda fiercely condemned profiteers and black marketers, who were accused of hoarding goods and thus creating shortages that plagued the rationing system. This, in turn, led to increased demands on agricultural producers of commodities. As the situation worsened, harsh sentences were imposed, including execution, for the selling of goods in the black market, hoarding goods and then reselling goods, including the exchange of goods in kind. Yeah, types of resistance. The escalating crusade against black markets intensified after Reinhard Heydrich's arrival to Prague in 41. According to contemporary sources, more than 160 persons were executed for economic crimes. The black market remained a persistent problem under the Protectorate and often served as a pretext for individuals being sent to concentration camps if not executed outright. Certainly the existence of black markets meant that many goods were only available for cash in hand. However, it is important to note that the wealth the black market generated did not simply enrich profiteers. It also helped fund the resistance, aid in the hiding of individuals hunted by the Protectorate authorities, and support the families of those imprisoned for political crimes. Ooh. So, oh wait, maybe culture in the Protectorate? I'm a little worried. Culture constituted an important part of everyday life during the Nazi occupation, even though the Nazis controlled and censored all forms of public speech. In general terms, Czech cultural expression of the Protectorate largely revolved around patriotic themes and classical works of literature, which in this context had strong anti-occupation overtones. In terms of literature, classical and contemporary works with Czech nationalist sentiments provided especially popular. However, the Nazis banned artists and authors, past or present, who were Jewish, Czech nationalists, or overtly anti-fascists. Also banned were works by authors who came from countries currently at war with Germany, such as Shakespeare or Dostoevsky. Okay, this is good information for us. The Protectorate regime closed a number of theaters for political reasons, but it also created new theaters whose actors went on to have successful careers after the war. Indeed, a number of plays with anti-Semitic themes were performed under the Protectorate. A similar situation emerged in the film industry. 9 o'clock. 9. During the early years of the occupation, filmmakers produced movies with nationalist overtones, but in the later years they tended to prefer apolitical comedies that were meant to entertain audiences while distracting them from the worries of everyday life. However, elements of Nazi ideology, particularly attacks against Jews, surfaced in several popular films of the era. In the visual arts, occupying authorities promoted artistic realism and folk motifs. Artists who did not support this style of art could not show their works in public. Thank you. Officially sanctioned music was sappy and romantic. Although officially discouraged, jazz music was also extremely popular, especially among the younger generation. By the end of the war, a number of amateur orchestras were performing throughout Bohemia and Moravia. In the visual arts, occupying authorities promoted artistic realism and folk motifs. I just read that. Czech artists living in the Protectorate faced an intense amount of pressure from occupying authorities, especially during the Heydrich campaign. They were required to express their public support for the regime. Many Czech artists were arrested by the Nazis and later executed, such as, we're going to write his name down, Vančura, while others perished in concentration camps, such as Čapek. Okay. Hopefully this will help us figure out what things we need to get rid of. Okay, we have keys. Oh, a gun. We need to get rid of that gun. An old revolver that I inherited from my father. He fought in Russia as a legionnaire during World War I. Yeah, let's destroy that. It was extremely dangerous to have weapons at home, even if they were inherited from family members and had no ammunition. If discovered, the offender could be sentenced to death. Yeah, let's get rid of that. Typewriter. I bought a typewriter so I can work from home. Oh, gang, do we destroy the typewriter? I think we destroy it, because what if he thinks that we're creating propaganda? There was nothing wrong with owning a typewriter. Okay. I suppose you're right. What is this? Bust of Jan Žižka from Trochnov. Žižka was a 15th century general. He defended the Hussites, a Czech Christian movement, against the Catholic Church and Holy Roman Empire. He's considered a Czech national hero. We're going to destroy that too. Neutral. Žižka and the Hussites were seen as nationalists and anti-German. Although Žižka's name was forbidden in the public, it was okay to own a statue of him. I don't know about all that, everybody. What is this? Paperweight with a picture of Czechoslovak President T.G. Masaryk. Our first president. He created the independent Czechoslovak state. I got this at his funeral before that. Yeah, we're going to destroy that too. Yeah, discouraged. The Germans considered Masaryk a dangerous symbol of Czech nationalism and a reminder of the independent Czechoslovak state. We did it, yeah. We destroy everything! Okay. What's in here? Autographed picture of Czechoslovak President E. Beneš. 5 years ago, everyone seemed to envy me for owning this picture of Beneš, the second president of Czechoslovakia. Nope, we're destroying that one too. Beneš had fled to London, where he led the Czechoslovak government in exile. Czech and German propaganda condemned him as a national traitor. Owning an autographed picture of Beneš could be dangerous. Yeah, we're getting rid of that too. I wonder if the same as the Moravian church, since the German name is a Herrenhütte. Nothing fishy here. Nope. What is this? Membership card for the National Committee, the Nationale Gemeinschaft, a sham organization. In the early days of the occupation, it seemed like our political conflicts were finally over, for better or for worse. I naively thought this organization would unify this as a people. Let's just leave that one. A mass political organization created in March of '39, originally it attempted to defend national interests under the occupation. By the summer of 1940, it had transformed into a pro-occupation organization run by collaborators. Yeah, I figured you could keep that. Hitler, Winston with hair. An analysis of Hitler's military and social policies by British historian W. Steed. Nope! We're destroying that one. Nope. Problematic. A series of lectures written in the autumn of '34, the author was among the first English speakers to express alarm about the political situation in Germany in the early 30s. It would be bad if I were caught with a book criticizing Hitler. Oh yeah. None of that. Okay. Let's look here. What is this? Membership card for the Association of Legionnaire Youth. I was in an organization for the children of war veterans. My dad was one of the famed legionnaires who fought Russia after World War I. I think that's okay. I think they will like that. Oh no! Discouraged. Oh no! Sorry. Veterans groups, especially the legionnaires, were viewed as dangerous. The occupying regime tried to wipe out their patriotic organizations and traditions. They were among the fiercest defenders of independent Czechoslovakia. Well, that was a bad choice. Membership card for the Boy Scouts. I joined because my friends I last until 7th grade. No, we're going to destroy that because the Boy Scouts are a paramilitary organization. Problematic. Yep, I knew that one. Scout activities were halted in July 1940, and the entire organization was disbanded later that October. Because the Scouts encouraged patriotism, they were viewed as a threat. Yeah, that one I knew to get rid of. No Boy Scouts. Membership card for the Czechoslovak Sokol community. Gymnastics was once a very popular sport. This is my membership card from 1938. Back in those days, we competed like real men. Nope, none of that. Because that's also a club, could be problematic. Yep. Sokol activities were halted in 1941, and the entire organization was disbanded on 11 October 1941. A number of Sokol functionaries were arrested and deported to concentration camps. Yeah, can't have anything like that going on. Their fight. Book criticizing the Sudetendeutschpartei, a pro-Nazi political party in Czechoslovakia, that before the occupation sought to break up the country and join the Third Reich. Nope, destroying that one too. we have a lot of things we gotta destroy, clearly. The authors were anti-fascists and members of the left-wing organization Workers' Academy. Yeah. None of that. And our last one? Medal of the Masonic Order. Oh yeah, no Masons. A medal from the Czechoslovak National Masonic Lodge, a fraternal social club. Before the war, many influential people in positions of power belonged to the Freemasons. That we also have to go to. That one is also gone. The Nazis viewed Freemasons as a dangerous cult secretly run by Jews. After the occupation, Masonic unions were banned, and state officials had to sign a declaration stating that they'd never been a member of a Masonic lodge. So, we got one coin. Destroying forbidden items. Yeah, I need like a big bonfire for all that stuff. The key was getting rid of that revolver. It was the only thing that could have put my life in danger. But other things could have caused problems for me. Luckily, I kept my cool and got things sorted. Yeah. I got rid of maybe too many things, but there are a lot of things that clearly had to go.
Co šlo spálit, skončilo v kamnech. Ten revolver jsem zabalil do novin a odhodil nenápadně v parku. Nebyl jsem jediný. Protektorátní policie našla spoustu pistolí a bajonetů, které si lidé schovávali doma. Teď ale pochopili, že tady jde o krk.
Yeah. Did they search your apartment? But why were you brought to the Gestapo headquarters and questioned? I know tossing in a park, but I suppose you couldn't go really far. It was like what would you call it, like a short-term solution? Okay. I suppose, here's the thing. I think I can ask, did they ever search your apartment? Because he brought it up, so it seems like a natural flow of the conversation.
Mně naštěstí ne. Mě si Gestapo jen odvezlo, ale prohlídku mi nedělali.
Okay. Now I want to know about that search. Now we'll ask. See, he brought up, so now it's a natural flow of the conversation. Why were you brought to the Gestapo headquarters and questioned? This is what I want to know.
Kvůli vašemu dědovi Jindřichovi Jelinkovi.
Oh.
To jsem ale zpočátku nevěděl. Celou noc jsem něco psal a najednou ráno před domem bylo Gestapo a scháněli se po mně.
Interesting. So we just got some information. Okay. Oh, 30 May 1942. Oh my gosh. The sun's up. I hope the editor-in-chief likes it. I'm really happy we're playing this game together. Excuse me, does Mr. Malek live here? That's me. Geheime Staatspolizei. Probably. Please, get in the car. Don't be afraid. We only have a couple of questions. Yeah, I think it's good not to, Oh, she sees. Oh. I'm nervous, everyone. Just so you know, I'm nervous. you were up all night writing an article. We're going to just go with the more direct, so the Gestapo took you away.
Byl to hrozný šok. Gestapáci si mě naložili, celou cestu mlčeli a já měl pocit, že jdu na popravu. Vůbec jsem nevěděl, kvůli čemu vlastně chtějí mluvit.
What did the Gestapo ask you?
Na vašeho dědu, na Jindřicha Jelínka. Já jsem vlastně o Jelínkové škole nic nevěděl. I kdybych chtěl, tak jsem jim nemohl říct nic jiného, než že Jelínek byl pošťák a hrál hlasitě na klarinet. Nakonec po několika hodinách o mě ztratili zájem a bez vysvětlení mě pustili domů.
So I will say you know nothing about my grandfather's arrest because that could get me somewhere?
Proč se nezeptáte vaší babičky, proč dědu zatkli? Ona sama se tahala s Němcem a mě bude něco vyčítat. Jestli měl někdo zájem zbavit se vašeho dědy, tak to byl ten Němec. To byste se divil, čeho všeho byli lidi schopní. Co všechno jim prošlo. A já byl po válce pro všechny jak prašivý.
Scandal.
To dělá rád, jako kdybych měl na vybranou.
Scandal, everyone. Scandal. Okay. So, wow. Well. Oh my goodness. Malik denies he denounced Grandpa to the Gestapo. The Gestapo questioned Malik because of Grandpa. Malik had strained relations with Grandpa. Malik told the Gestapo that Grandpa disturbed him by playing the clarinet. Malik says that Grandma was seeing a German man, that guy from the post office during the war. Malik suggests that the German could have wanted to get rid of Grandpa. And Grandma saw Malik enter the Gestapo's car. So this is what I think. This one we don't have the answer for this one, but I think we probably can't get that until later. So I think we probably have to come back because we're missing a piece of information. But I think that we're going to come back and talk to him later, is what I think. Yeah, sometimes the webpage does that. It just refreshes on its own, which is terrible. I know that we're avoiding Grandpa. Let's go back to this guy, Mateus, and see if we can actually get him to get us the information. Yeah. All right, we need to repeat the interview, everyone, because we did not get the information we needed. One more time. We have 5 coins. This guy, Matthias, he's a bit of a nut to crack, isn't he? He's tricky. Second War. We got that one.
Druhá světová válka, říká.
And let's get some tea. I wonder if water would be better because it takes less time.
Cože vás to zajímá?
I think you're right about the water.
Odboj za války? No o tom mám samozřejmě můžu něco říct, ale nesmíme se moc zapovídat. Mám
Okay, so we're going to have to try to be surgical about this to get the info without...
No odboj, to přece byla vlastenec.
Okay. So we can't ask this one because he wasn't actually in the resistance, so we do this one.
Já jsem měl štěstí.
I want to ask about something else. I'm interested in the story of my grandpa. Okay. Gang, which one do I ask? This one I need your advice on. Do I say that I'm interested in the story of my grandpa, or do I say no? We'll ask what he did in the resistance, right? Because then we might get more information. Because I think he maybe made. Oh gosh, clock. Okay. Resistance, everyone. Resistance. Yes, resistance. We'll do it.
Měli jsme takovou ilegální skupinu, tiskli jsme letáky, sháněli zprávy o zbrojní výrobě, no a připravovali se samozřejmě na povstání. To už šlo opravdu o život.
Okay. Oh, hey gang, right, we made the right choice. I still wanted to know more about the uprising. What did you do? Were you a machinist? I love that little tuk tuk tuk. Do you know what to do with it? I know. So, the Führer's birthday. Ooh. Plans.
V těch obálkách byly údaje o zbrojní výrobě. Kdyby je u mě našli, dostal bych pro vás.
Oh, okay. What's in your bag? You didn't put that envelope in your bag, right? That goes in your underwear. I'm just saying. Or in your shoe, like in your shoe, in your underwear, not in your bag. I had to answer carefully, so let me pass without searching my things. Gang! We have to answer carefully, so they'll let us pass without searching the things. Okay. Here we go, everybody. Just an empty thermos. I don't know if that's good. That was bad, I think. I think I made the wrong choice. Just an empty thermos and old envelopes I collect stamps for. I know, right? It's okay. Krezjar is a big stamp collector. I didn't get any coins. I didn't get any coins for that one. I'm gonna have to repeat that later. I had to distribute the leaflets to other people in the Resistance. The places and times of the handovers were timed precisely. Oh, wow. This game is amazing. Newsstand. You need to wait until it is safe to hand over the leaflets. Click the icon at the right moment. This game. Do not give the leaflets. Don't do it. Nope. Nope. Hey, everybody. Hello, German Nazis. I waited until the soldiers left, and then I bought a newspaper. And when I paid, I left an envelope with the leaflets on the counter. Oh my gosh. We have to travel. Oh, I cannot wait to run my GURPS Resistance campaign. This game right now is giving me all sorts of inspiration for the role-playing game that I want to run. I just want you all to know it. Okay. Give the leaflets. When is the right time to give the leaflets? Buy a newspaper, sir? Do you want to buy a newspaper? Yes. I bought the newspapers to get rid of him. Yeah. Okay, you need to go. Go. Go! Leave! Leave! I need to... Would you help me kindly with my suitcase? Will you help the elderly woman? Yes. If I helped her with this... okay. Oh no! I didn't deliver the... I'm a terrible spy. I did not deliver the leaflets in the right time. Doorman. Now. You've probably come to see Jerka. You'll have to wait. He hasn't arrived yet, and I won't let you into the courtyard by yourself. Okay, well... Be cruel to the elderly. Okay. Is it time? Is it time? I need to leave. It looks like he got delayed somewhere. If you brought him something, you'll leave it here. I will give it to him. Will you give the leaflets to the doorman? No! Correct. I couldn't leave the illegal leaflets from somebody I didn't know. The only solution was to walk away and leave the handover for some other time. I delivered most of the leaflets, but the most important thing still awaited me. I got 1 coin, but I... Oh, thank you, Krellin. I'll let this wind down, and then we will go. Thank you, Krellin. Feed the cats. And I hope your little gray one's okay. We did okay. We could have done better. I should not have helped that little old lady. This is like, I don't know, the big thing.
Nejtěžší předávka byla ale nakonec. Do filatelistického krámku Beneš jsem měl doručit dokumenty o zbrojní výrobě. Musel jsem být sakramensky opatrný.
Oh.
Vedle vystavených posledních novinek ležel i jakoby náhodně odložený starý katalog československých známek. To bylo znamení, že vzduch je čistý.
Oh my gosh. Good day. Do you happen to buy old envelopes with used stamps? Of course, so long as the stamp is real. If the post office has delivered the letter, then we will take it, even if it reads Führer's birthday. That's the key word. I might have something for you. Here we have a beauty, an upside down stamp. Next time we will have some rare objects in stock. So, you know, definitely come again. Me or someone else. Goodbye. Goodbye until better times. Ooh, code words! I want to run my French resistance game so bad!
Bylo to nebezpečný a taky organizačně náročný. Nestačilo mít jenom rozmnožovací přístroje, ale třeba i papír, ten se musel nakupovat po částech na různých místech, aby to zbytečně nebudilo pozornost. No a samozřejmě nejnebezpečnější bylo potom rozšiřování ilegálních materiálů a letáků, protože už v roce 1939 na podzim gestapo celou řadu lidí pochytalo.
You risk your life? This is interesting, go on. Maybe I should have asked about something else.
Slyším, proč jste tedy raději nedělali sabotáže, když to bylo tak nebezpečné? No jo, ale tohle byla taky důležitá odbojová fronta. Vůbec si nedokážete představit tu hromadu propagandistického hnoje, co se na nás začala sypat z protektorátního tisku po příchodu Heydricha. Tomu všemu jsme museli čelit. Snažili jsme se mezi národem udržovat nejenom vůli k odporu, ale i víru k tomu, že válka skončí vítězstvím spojenců.
But people were able to listen to foreign radio broadcasts, so wasn't that also from propaganda? I'm not going to say that. I wanted to ask something else. Do I ask something else, or do I ask what they're... I want to ask about something else. I'm interested in the story of my grandpa. We're going to have to ask about grandpa.
Jindřich Jelínek, no.
Because I feel like we have to ask about it before it's too late.
Poznal jsem ho v 38. za mobilizace. Hlásil se dobrovolně, protože neměl za sebou ještě ani vojnu, ani to neuměl pořádně s kvérem.
Oh. Grandpa wrote in his diary that you were friends. That's what we'll do.
No, mně bylo vašeho dědy trochu líto, protože to jeho nadšení bylo trošku dětinské, ale opravdové. Takže jsem si ho vzal pod ochranné křídlo. Staří mazáci, ty se mu smáli a říkali, no až bude nejhůř. Tak Jindříšek zahodí flintu, vezme klarinet a zaduje do něj tak mocně, že nepřítel uteče.
And then what happened? Or I'm trying to figure out why my grandpa was arrested. Let's just do that one. Be direct.
Proč vašeho dědu zatkli, to jsme se vlastně nikdy nedopátrali. No, viděl jsem to na vlastní oči, takže jsem to měl, jak se říká, z první ruky.
Maybe I didn't get enough information. Oh, no, we get a scene. We're probably getting close to having to
Když jsem se vyspal po noční, šel jsem odpoledne vyvenčit psa na Vinohrady.
Gang, I want to run my French resistance campaign so hard right now.
Dnes, 27. května, asi 10 hodin 30 minut byl spáchán atentát na zastupitele říšského protektora a generála policie SS Obergruppenführer Reinharda Heinricha. Říšský protektor
The Germans will respond with fire and brimstone.
Břežan v městské části Stará Libeň právě chtěl odbočit do ulice Bolešovička.
This game is so good.
Se postavil vodnou cestu muž, jenž se pokoušel vystřelit.
Oh no! It's 3 a.m. for me, so does that make it 9 for you? It is 9, yes. The Gestapo arrested Jindrich. this after we finished talking to him?
To bylo hodně zlé, protože Jindříšek věděl, že jsem byl v odboji.
Jindřich.
Pokud by ho donutili zpívat, vezl jsem se v tom s ním. Vyptával jsem si i vaší babičky, ale to se mnou vůbec nechtěla bavit. Říkala jenom, že tím svým odbojem přivádíme lidi pouze do neštěstí.
I worry about grandma.
Přitom začení vašeho dědy vůbec třeba nemuselo s odbojem souviset.
I read in Grandpa's diary that he was helping a friend who escaped deportation.
Ano,
right?
Víte, když se někdo potřeboval takzvaně ponořit, to znamená zmizet,
Once we finish this scene,
tak jsme se mu snažili udělat falešné padělané doklady. Jednalo se hlavně o mladé Židy, kteří se chtěli vyhnout transportu. No a jednou právě Jindra přišel a říkal, že má známého Žida, který musí zmizet. No, tak jsme říkali ano, ale musí sehnat občanský průkaz. Nakonec mu dal svůj, my jsme jenom vyměnili fotografii, domalovali
so your grandpa, our grandpa gave away his own ID.
No, já toho člověka nikdy nepoznal, nevím, o koho šlo, ale je možný, že se to nějak provalilo. Tak vidíte, to jsem se nějak s váma tady zapovídal, už jsem měl být dávno pryč, ale ještě vám řeknu jedno.
What?
Před nějakým časem tady byl u mě mládenec z nadace Post Bellum, co sbírají zmínky válečných veteránů a politických vězňů a nějak mezi řečí přišlo na to, že mluvil i s vaším dědou, s Jindrou. Zkuste to se zeptat tam.
So we need to go to this post-bellum organization. Okay, look, we got a lot of info, so that was good. Crenshaw says that Grandpa was not active in the resistance. They met in 38. He was a member of an illegal resistance group. He helped acquire fake ID documents for Grandpa's friend. Post-bellum organization has a recording of Grandpa's recollections from the World War II period. Okay. Okay, everyone, we did really well that time. We only had to spend 2 coins to do it. That was really good. There are clearly things we still need, but I think we're in a good space. If you don't mind, I know it's time and we should leave, but I want to do our 2 mini games one more time because I think we can do better. And they didn't take long. This one was really short. And I think we can do it. All right. We need just an empty thermos and old envelopes I collect for stamps. That's the one. Yep. That's it. That was exactly what I said. They knew I was a stamp collector. 2 coins, everybody. Yes. Okay, we're gonna try to drop off the leaflets one more time. It's weird. Okay, so last one, and then I'm gonna say goodbye. We're gonna replay. Oh, gang. Okay. I think you don't even know how badly I want to run this French Resistance RPG now, and I want to start working on it this second, but I can't because I have to do my syllabus before the class starts. So once I get my 2 syllabi done, and I have to get food as well. I have to get food. Once I finish this, I'm going to make a sandwich, and then I will be back. Okay, so this guy... Okay, this is the person I've got to give leaflets to, but not in front of all of these people. Oh, I'm going to tell you, this is going to be such a good game. I'm so excited. And I will buy a newspaper to get rid of him. We just need him to leave. We just need to go. You need to leave. And I'm not going to help you with your suitcase. And leaflets. Finally, nobody was around. I left the leaflets on the counter and quickly left. I did it, everybody. And then we're going to go back to the depot where we are not going to actually give the leaflets to anybody because it's not safe. You'll have to wait. Actually, I think we just need to leave because it's... Well, but I didn't gain any coin. We had to wait till that last moment. So we're going to do it one last time because I know what to do. And then we're going to go. Also, by the way, I want to thank you all for being here with me. Just, I know, right? Like, I feel like once you know that the jig is up, you just have to go. You have to leave it, not... Spoken like a true addict. I can quit anytime I want. Crit Witch, anytime I want, I can quit. It's true. We're gonna buy his newspapers. Oh, I did. I got a swig out of the big jar. It's a gift. The jar's a gift. I worry about Kika and Thea sometimes, but you know, it's fine. It's fine. We're gonna buy a newspaper to get rid of him. And then we will not help a little old lady because we're the worst. Well, because we have to do our job as the Resistance. I'm gonna tell you, by the way. I'm gonna run... The thing is, I want to do... there's so much I want to do, but I have to get some other stuff written first, and then I can do it. Like, I've got leaflets. I basically have got a bunch of RPG stuff on my docket that I have to take care of. I'm just waiting for some scheduling to clear up so I can run Cthulhu Confidential. That's what I'm waiting for. I'm ready. I'm just waiting for that. And then, so I've got that all set up. I've got Night Witches on the background. And I really want to run this French Resistance campaign, which I think is a sort of slightly later term situation. And then... Will you give the leaflets to the doorman? No. I got a coin. And then, but I want to do a little bit of a what do you call it? A arena. All right, we're going to continue. We've got 8 coins, peoples. Okay. Hey, we can call a postbellum. We can talk to Grandma. We've got Grandpa to talk to as well. Okay. So this is it, everybody. Let me go over here. Cat silly meow. Hang out with me over this way. Here we are, everybody. So, everyone, it is 9:08, and so we're going to go. I am Trooper SJP. For all of those of you who have been following me, who came in from EE's raid, thank you. Give me a follow if you like. I stream on Thursdays and Saturdays. Thursdays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Saturdays at noon. On Thursdays, I play games on the Mac. Currently, that we are running through all the games nominated for Excellence in Narrative by the Independent Games Festival. And on Saturdays, I play off of my PS4. And we're currently finishing up The Last of Us. We've got the DLC we're going to probably finish up on Saturday. And then I think we're doing Hellblade after that, because I was told it was really good and that I should play it. And Sal wants me to play it, and then he wants to do an AAR afterwards. And so I think that sounds awesome. When you get a chance, check out the trailer for The Sinking Sea. Ooh. Vulpus, that sounds so exciting. I love a good Cthulhuoid sort of game. That's exciting. I shall be playing, or I shall be running some tabletop RPGs in the near future once I get that taken care of in terms of scheduling and all of that. But look forward to that. And we have a Discord. The sound design... Oh, I'm so excited for good sound design. If there's one thing I like, it's good sound design. So I think it's going to be Hellblade because that's on the PS4. So I think it's Hellblade after The Last of Us, and I'm excited for it. We have a Discord. Join our Discord because our Discord is full of fun. We have a Twitter, except that's not how you spell that word. Twitter. Go hang out and see our Twitter if you'd like. I've got a YouTube that's an archive of the shows, and you can go and check it out if you like to see things you might have missed. And I think that's everything. I want to thank you all for being here. You all are wonderful. Appreciation and much love to all the battle buddies. I'm going to go and eat a sandwich, but I will be back at 10 o'clock hosting Critical Role if you want to hang out with us and chat and chat about Critical Role in a much smaller and friendlier environment than the massive amounts of chat that they have going on over there. So, thank you everyone for being here. You all are wonderful and much appreciated, and I think you all are the bee's knees. So, I will come back for more singing, and I will catch you all on the flip side. Ciao, everybody!